in the straightest possible line. And they made you out of town, and now you're outside of town, on the request of the local speaker. That was his name. He was a speaker, which is basically the guy who represents the town in official matters. And he was like, hey, could you make sure that things are okay out there? Bye. And now you're out here.
We're fighting plants and setting forests on fire.
You were fighting some very aggressive plants, and then this man showed up and was like, hey.
Yeah. Waggled the finger at us.
Waggle waggle.
And a longbow.
He did have a longbow. Let me see if I can find where he is. There he is.
This is very fancy.
The gentleman's name was Jorn Natherson. That's how he introduced himself, at least. He would like to know what the heck you're doing this far away from Drillin's Ferry up the road. Haven't you heard it's dangerous?
I mean, we're here to fix the dangerous.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
You
would on official business from the town speaker to go deal with some stuff up here.
What's his name?
Town speakers?
The town speakers.
He looked like a Gary.
Town is the first name, speaker is the last name.
Did we even find this out?
I'm pretty sure he introduced himself.
Mm-hmm.
Notes.
He did. Fuck.
God, my notes are a mess.
Oh god, who here has a brain cell?
What the heck is that? Oh, that's.
Don't look at me.
Shit, he did say the name.
I appreciate that this strongly implies that the party as a whole is like huddling up in the scrum, going like, what was his name again?
Yeah.
Mr. Natherson is like doing the Animal Crossing villager idle animation next to us, just waiting.
Hands swinging by his sides.
A bug lady guard told us to meet the speaker. Does that help?
It's not what I asked, though. So that's the problem. So you claim to work for someone whose name you don't even know.
Be surprised how often that happens.
And you're just out here clearing out some of the local plant life.
That attacked us.
You could have run away.
Yeah, but running away isn't exactly our job when attacked by monsters.
Why not? Who's paying you? Wouldn't happen to be some
The
hobgoblins paying you to clear out the local hostilities?
Well, if you want to go back to town with us and speak to the speaker with us, it wouldn't be any skin off our face.
I know these roads too well for me to trust anyone taking me anywhere nowadays. I've seen what those boys are setting
You don't
up.
want us to take us, we'll stay here and you go do it.
I'm just asking for the man's name.
Well,
Who, presumably, you met less than a day ago, considering how close we are to town. Buckaroos.
Did he even introduce himself?
I think he did.
Would it have killed you to ask his name if he didn't?
That's the town speaker. If he doesn't volunteer information, what if it's rude to ask?
Plus, a title is, enough. When someone goes like, oh, this is the king. Oh, yeah, the king. We know who the king is.
Unless you're implying the speaker is working with the hobgoblins, and that's why he didn't give us the name.
We can always go tell it to the speaker and that the random forest dude is claiming that he's working with the hobgoblins. That would work well for this dude.
But you're free to do that if you think that's going to help.
Like, how do we even know this dude is who he says he is?
Maybe he's working with hobgoblins. Maybe you're working with the hobgoblins. Snuggle points a finger.
Oh. Point versus a waggle.
That's quite the accusation. You just throw it around in the middle of nowhere, boy.
Says the one also
So
throwing
did
around
you.
the same
So
accusation.
did you.
Well, I live here, and I've lived here most of my life. Whereas you have just walked in here recently. So, yes, I would be the one to make that accusation. What about it?
Yeah, we're just passing through the forest. You can follow us out through it. We're not even trying to kill anything in the forest, right?
Also, these things jumped us.
Again,
Yeah.
no obligation to go around killing things. You can always run, distract them. Many ways to deal with nature other than killing it. But alright. I think I know enough. You better not get in any trouble. Because these woods are mine, no matter how many of those stinky things come walking through. He turns around and with the greatest of grace, dives into the bushes, vanishing from view as quickly as a leaf in the wind.
Now I feel bad about putting out those fires.
You feel bad about putting them out.
Yeah. The snow, but not me.
It's only polite. Would have made him even less amicable if we had let them be.
Well, you're on the road, and there's nothing stopping you from going anywhere, so
Shall we
Might as well
continue on?
continue.
yes. Marvelous. Back on the road again. Let me just double check the previous encounter. I think there was only one thing you ran into the whole way. It's a quiet day, but I need to double check how far you can even get. Boop, boop, boop. Well, you're going to make it all the way to Vrothkeep. Along the way, you cross over a section of mudland where the water and the ground is so wet that someone has built this crude little wooden bridge just to get across. And the further you go, well, the further you go, the more you start to notice in the distance small fortifications. Occasionally these small, low stone walls, and eventually a road that veers off of this one. In the distance you can see a small river and a crossing, as in a road crosses this road. You are near a hill, which is mostly beset by trees, though it's clear that someone cleared out the trees in the area at some point, and it's been growing back since. You know, edge of forest style. Suddenly just goes whoop up.
But this is being maintained.
Mm.
It's definitely being maintained.
You can continue from here, if you wish to, towards Skulgurish. Or you can investigate this place, which, if you remember, and I'm being nice here, you had a map that said around this place was something funny, and that place is a place.
Oh.
Like funny clowns or funny death?
Well, maybe if you stick around, you'd find out.
If it's funny death, we can turn it against the hobgoblins. If it's funny death for us, we can, disarm it before it does something to us. Also, nosiness.
Nose, 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 nose.
What to say, gang?
Alright, kids. What you doing?
We were given specific instructions by Captain Groundskeeper Man not to involve ourselves with stuff, but like, technically a keep isn't a forest.
Also, we can just be polite in there.
Yeah, we can just knock and ask if anything's going on. If a bunch of hobgoblins answer the door, we can be a little more,
A bit less
suspicious.
friendly than normally, yeah. I mean, Evie's making puppy eyes with all of her eyes to just go and check it out.
Cool.
It's baby trees. Baby trees.
You gonna check it out then?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
You head up the road, following the sign that points lazily towards Vrathkeep. Vrathkeep is located on a small hill, I think, which would actually show you exactly how small the hill is. Nope, none of these have markers for how high they are. It's a couple of feet up. It's definitely a fortified location that'll be difficult to take by foot, because you would have to walk all the way up that hill, and then you gotta storm the walls, and that's just a lot of work. People don't do that kind of work without getting paid well.
Well, since we're freelancers,
Pop, pop, pop.
we gotta be friendly.
Making your way up, the keep slowly comes into view. It has a single large watchtower and a very thick, sturdy-looking wall. But at the same time, large skeletons loom into view.
Oh, shit.
Alive or dead?
They're definitely on the ground skeletons, not standing up with weapons menacing skeletons.
How old are we thinking they are?
These skeletons, as old as
Yeah,
it takes
oh,
for us. I mean, these things are like giants. Let me look up the specific type. They're pretty big. They're like large creatures, humanoid.
Some like freshly skeletoned or mummified skeletoned.
They're clean skeletons.
Huh. Okay.
Spooky scary.
They've
Let's
not been
see.
fresh for a bit.
Well, they're definitely giants, and they're definitely old. Old enough so that they've been pickling by most predators. Their weapons are still besides them, rotting and moldy weapons. And in the distance, you can see that this keep, which looks okay from a distance, the closer you get, the more you begin to notice that the gatehouse has been smashed to pieces. There are many boulders all over the place. Like big hunky rocks that are not supposed to be there.
Oh. Well, somebody got sieged.
Yup. Also, the front door is completely smashed open, so you can't really knock unless you're funny about it. Like, haha, funny.
I still knock on the wide open door.
I'm
Polite.
going to presume at this point that you were all standing directly adjacent to the wall, considering that one of your friends is trying to knock on the door. There is also a farm thing right next to the place with a small shed, so it's up to you.
Smash keep. Something came in. Do we know if it came out? A farm shed could be easier to investigate. And nothing can sneak up if we check it out first. What you think, gang?
I think we should definitely, be very cautious because if whatever did this is still here, then
Gosh, shop.
likely death. But
Likely.
But if it's been ages since the skeletons are here, maybe it's empty.
yeah, if whatever did this killed those skeletons, it was ages ago, so it's probably safe. But still.
Let me establish one quick thing. This place looks like it's built for people your size, not
Yeah.
built for people their size.
Yeah.
Today we're sieging the keep. The giants.
So, where did the people go? Because mutual destruction to this degree?
Well, people could have went away in the thingy. The thingy where people went away.
I think it might be a good idea to investigate then.
Yes.
So there's so much you can learn looking at something and yapping about it. Marvelous. Do you wish to enter the keep? Is that what I'm hearing, or do you want to check out the gatehouse itself? Because you can't just walk inside. The front walls are completely smashed by boulders that are lying inside of it.
I mean, the gatehouse is probably a good idea to start. If there is someone here that owns the place, that's probably where they'd be,
Marvelous.
even if it is just
Also-
ruins.
Also, if it's like tourist ruins, we can always pay for a ticket and avoid problems later down the road.
Yeah.
Or I can do something about this. Wait. Snogu talks to the group. Do you want me to make you invisible, like all of us?
Maybe if there's
not,
need first?
and not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at the very least gonna approach this amicably. If there's anyone there. If you want to be like sneaky ambush time, then I won't stop you.
Yeah, I can make all of us.
Well,
I'm down for
I-
politeness. Somebody has
Yeah,
to, present a good face for the bug people to the world.
That's okay. Let's go.
Yeehaw.
You head on
That has-
inside, going across the first set of decayed doors. Looking inside the gatehouse, there isn't much to see, although you could spend some time digging through the rubble itself. It's a heap of rubble. Digging through that takes time, is a bit noisy, might attract attention if there's anyone to attract attention from. Going a little bit closer, you can also see more corpses, as in large skeletons, inside small, eroded away craters upon which sit boulders. And a second set of doors, of course, that's also been slammed into the ground, is slowly getting overgrown by, well, grass, really, and moss, and funky. Ooh,
Funky.
what a fun
Are
guy,
the
am I right?
funky lootable?
Maybe
Any-
keep your distance, Snogger.
You want to look around the gatehouse for some lootables?
Yes, please.
As I mentioned, taking a proper look for lootables, like there's nothing immediately visible that catches your eye.
Hmm.
You could look for
Oh.
something, but that you know.
Just like a little pass, lazily. When you shuffle a rock to the side with your toe or something.
Can I get a
not,
reflex check because you are just
Yeah.
walking into a debris room, hoping not to stumble, or acrobatics, I guess, is also appropriate. Whichever one of those is higher.
Okay.
Everyone watches as one of your friends decides that, you know what? I got a stick. I'm gonna poke around in there. Diggy diggy.
Yeah,
Just
you
a
stick
little
poke.
poke. Okay, let me. Uh-huh. Okay. Huh? Is it? No. Wait. Huh? Why did I take reflex? Did you say reflex?
Yes, I said reflex or acrobatics, whichever was higher.
Okay. Okay.
You wiggle your way around the place, find nothing particularly of interest, and manage to avoid falling and hitting your head because, walking through debris is kind of dangerous. You've got to be careful.
This is definitely.
What does
fun.
everyone else do while your friend is picking through the debris? Are you just keeping an eye out?
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out,
Pretty
glancing
much.
into rooms to see if there's any people around.
Can you use that fancy new button? That's like the perception button, but it has a slashed out eye. Give me that one. Cool. Let me just.
I think I'm still sickened because I can't get rid of it.
We just double check the Manticore stats. Cool. Okay, cool. You definitely hear some murmuring coming from deeper inside monastery.
Ooh,
Cinnamons. Oh, nothing.
a monastery. No, wait, our monastery. Okay. I may be stupid.
I
may be
assume it's not.
stupid.
I assume it's not the kind of murmuring that is something you could understand. Just kind of like.
Well, no. If it isn't a language, it's not a language you can speak. Maybe it's just the wind. The wind does like to play tricks on people.
It's my imagination.
Should we snoop?
I mean, yeah.
Let's
For
snoop.
someone,
Snoop. Snoop, snoop.
for someone sneakier than me, they can probably, have a peek. Like I let people
Which
know
one?
that there's sound coming from somewhere. But
Which
Anything down
thingy is
there.
for sneakery?
stealth.
So,
I can try to go look.
cool. You're going to try and move in quietly. Was that it?
Yes.
Excellent. In that case, roll me some stealth and see what happens. Marvelous.
Big
Dun,
sneak.
Dun, dun.
Oh wait. Probably not gonna go well. Wait, or is everyone sneaking?
I mean, I'm not. I'm just staying back because I know I'm bad at it.
Okay, I'm staying back with you. I'm not gonna
Missed
sneak.
full plate.
Like we're
Clank,
doing the
clank,
buddy
clank.
system.
I let them know there's stuff going on somewhere, and then they go check it out.
As Snoggle walks over the second set of fallen over doors, there's this creak that emits from it, echoing weakly across the crumbling walls around you. Something you can't help but notice as you move through it is that there are distinctly fresh footprints in the ground.
There are people here.
Like the
let's
footprints
investigate
these big things left are gone. Like, those are gone because they're old and things erode over time. But there are new footprints, not of big things, but small things. Person-sized things.
Things like us.
So these are fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Funky fresh.
Let's go get the guys. I don't want to get caught in front.
As you stand in this
Yeah,
fine
you-
courtyard. There are doors all around you. There is to your north a double door, which seems to lead to some sort of wooden stable structure. There is a hole leading into said stable, as in someone crashed the wall open. Additionally, there is a section to the south where the outer wall has been breached, and an inner wall has been breached, leading into a structure. There's also a door leading to that same structure, directly west of you. And that's about everything you can tell from where you are right now, other than behind you, the doors leading straight to the gatehouse, and in front of you, a small, tiny shack of sorts with some windows in it, but all of them have been shuttered up.
From which direction can we hear the murmuring?
Coming from that little structure to the southwest, which is where the broken wall, the large open wall, and the door that I mentioned, the door to your west.
Should we take a Gandhi at the murmurs first? Like, just to see what's up. We can be respectful
we
and
should.
not disturb.
We should actually. Let's go.
Yeehaw!
Snuggle sneaks over to the doors.
Snuggle slithers his way open to the doors. Does Evie follow?
Yes.
Rain follows. Oh,
She-
Evie, excuse me.
She skitters. She
I-
skitters gently.
I have made mistakes, and I need to take care of them right now. Give me 5 seconds as I make sure that your default token uses your name.
Ooh,
no.
hello.
Fancy.
There. That
Wow.
should take care of that. You are both standing next to a wooden door. Some effort has been made to clean it off slightly, but it's not much. It's still mostly rusting, and the wood is somewhat moldy and swollen from years of moisture. Beyond it, you hear the very faint sounds of a crackling fire and big, heavy breathing.
Big heavy breathing.
What are they doing in there?
Breathing, obviously.
Bigly. In
Spooky.
a large way.
Evie, as you are, I presume you have your peripheral vision online. You can tell that you are now aligned with that hole that leads into the stables, and inside those stables seems to be a big wolf taking a nap.
A puppy. Oh
Please.
my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes. But like
Breaks the
quietly
stealth
so she
entirely.
doesn't wake up the puppy. Snuggle, there's a puppy. And like she
Snuggle looks at the
motions.
puppy and
Yeah.
No.
She motions to come close. Can
No, 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 no.
you know what I will
No,
ask? Can we please?
No.
Wh-
No,
why?
it's gonna bite us.
Why? Why would it if you're polite?
You
Just
can't
don't
go
spook it.
touching unknown animals.
Oh, literally why?
Wait, what?
Oh, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Going through the loot bag. If we have any meat. Kel, do we have any meat?
Do you have any meat? I don't know. Do you carry dried meat rations?
Am I allowed to carry dry meat rations?
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
if I do,
You
have
are adventurous, you
some,
need your proteins.
This is true. I do have just rations.
You
And,
you
Yeah,
can
that
definitely
be
have
any ki-
you can
any
definitely
kind of ration.
you can definitely have meat rations if you want to. So yes,
I would very much like to.
you have some meat rations. What do you want to do with them?
I would like to like make myself small because
Baby.
big bugs are scary. Just like, crouch down a little to the pupper's size. And then just kind of yeet it in front of the pupper. So like
Okay,
I'm not invading it.
now normally that's-
not,
Normally that's not really a check, but you are trying to throw a piece of meat through a hole in the wall at a dog.
yes. Yes, yes.
So that's
This is my life now.
this is a little bit more specific than normal. You can roll me an unarmed strike, your fist attack. We'll use that, or bomb. How about we say bomb? Because that meat is the bomb.
That's what is that? Is that martial proficiency?
It's on your attacks on your actions page, which is the tab, the little circle thing with the circle bullseye inside of it.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Plus 13 to a d20.
Let's see.
Well, the meat lands wherever the hell you want it to.
At whatever
God.
distance a sleeping pupper is most comfortable with. I'm trying not to get us mauled, and also if there's any chance to just, make a nice little encounter out of this.
So you hear this weak little no, actually it's dried meat, so it's probably like a little. The meat lands in front of it. Its nose begins to twitch. Its ears perk towards it. For a moment, it looks like it's gonna growl, but then it gets opens its eyes and then just begins chewing on it.
Oh my gosh. I love this.
The dog does not pay attention to anything else because it's just like, oh, I'm getting meat. I'm gonna eat it.
Excellent. Oh, most excellent. Snow, do you want to try?
It is then that you hear a voice yelling, going, "What the hell are you eating over there? Cut that out!"
I cast invisibility sphere on
I would like to point out that oh wait, it's material somatic. Okay, cool. You decide to make yourself invisible.
me and Cinnamon, both of us.
As you gaze down the hole, you see a hobgoblin who's like looking at that meat, going, "Oh, what'd you get that? What'd you get that?"
Universal call of a pet owner. What is that in your mouth?
You can tell that
Let me see.
You can tell that he tries to get the meat back, but it's unsuccessful. The dog is too happy getting extra gorbies.
Oh, excellent. Oh, very excellent. But a hobgoblin, though, that's a problem, right?
I mean, they are who we've been sent to deal with, but
For a moment, you watch him look outside the hole, see if there's anyone around, and then he turns. You don't know who's what or where he's looking at, but he's like turns his head and goes, "Oh, it was you again, wasn't it? I told you not to feed the." And then, let's just say that at this point, an idle argument happens in the background as someone is arguing with someone else over something.
There's a plural of hobgoblins.
Evie, we need to go tell the
Yep.
rest.
Yep.
We hobble in 5 feet from each other up there.
So, like, trying to stealthily sneak back to Mani and Tiri.
The sphere follows me, so we go. Bang.
Excellent.
Hey guys,
Excuse me. Yes.
we're here invisible.
Like, just like a little...
what? Who?
Let them know. Yeah, boss.
Your friends, you see your friends vanish. By the way, Monastery and Tiri, because that's how that works. They just vanish into nothingness to snuggle quickly, make some gestures. Then, Monastery, Tiri, how do you respond to the fact that you see the spider? They're like at the door, they're like listening in. Then the spider turns around, throws some meat through in a direction you don't see, and then turns invisible, and you hear people arguing. What do you think of all this?
Concern, but
And then you hear like footsteps getting closer and closer. Blah!
I mean, I assume that running away, but at the same time, they could have also just been like immediately space murdered.
I mean, to be fair, to be fair, at some point you do hear them like talk to you out of nowhere because they're still invisible.
Oh, thank God! Don't do shit like that. Give me a heart attack. So what did you find?
Can I get a perception check from Tiri, who's not involved in this conversation? Make it a blind one. Cool. Tiri, you suddenly hear a door, the doors of the stable slam open, and the two hobgoblins. Evie can see this, and they're still invisible, so they don't have to worry about this. Evie, two hobgoblins come out of the stable, and they're like, they're wrestling each other. They're having a fight.
Nope.
Oh, what did we do?
They're having the classic argument, but you did it, but I didn't do it, but you did it. No, you did it. The classic.
Siblings?
Kind of, possibly. I mean, wrestling is not the best time to check out someone's genealogy.
This is true. This is very true. I think he forgets she's invisible for a second and like points to them like, look, that's our problem.
Look at. Oh. I just look at them beating the shit out of each other and like, maybe they're not hostile?
As you say that, you hear a very deep and loud, thunderous voice coming from inside the courtyard.
Oh shit.
Does anyone here speak Jotun? Like the language
Yeah,
of
I
giants?
do.
I speak Jotun.
So, at first, this voice is shouting about, like, hey, what's going on out there? You know, the usual, what's going on out there? Then, after a moment, he's like, oh, you guys, cut that out! Cut.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then you start hearing stomping footsteps that are definitely going to cross the courtyard and probably see you if this guy calms down.
Snogu steps up forward, so everyone is in 10 feet emanation for me.
So, that's not how that spell works. The spell affects everyone who is in the area when you first cast it. You can't add people over time.
Oh.
I can't add people over time.
No, that would make the spell hella busted.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because
hell
then
yeah,
people could just
especially
pop in and out of it.
Especially with that duration.
So, well, Snaku and AV have nothing to worry about in terms of getting seen. Monastery and Tiri, again, someone is charging across that place to calm these two rebel-rousing boys down, and they will probably see you when they've calmed them down. Because you are in direct line of sight. And, like, this fight is going to move places. And there's no guarantee that you're hidden where you are standing right now, which is in the center, like in the gateway leading in.
There's Boulder,
Well,
right?
I think we should make our presence known and say that we just heard the fight and came to see if things were okay. And if, like, it turns out they're evil, hostile bad boys, then we fight them. If not, then we go on our merry way. But just in case, I think the sneaky twins can go, get in an
Okay,
advantageous spot.
just a quick question. Do you make your presence known before or after you see whatever this large charging thing is?
Probably afterwards. Just know what we're dealing with.
What charges in front of
Maybe.
your vision is a large creature. It is covered head to toe in fur, has the head of a bull, and has this large axe strapped to a harness that they wear on their back. They are so large that they easily pick up these two little boys and hold them apart and start yelling at them. You can make your presence known now.
Dink.
They're yelling in Jotun that these people need to behave and start acting like soldiers.
Probably step out and, say in Jotun, like, hello, is everything okay over here? I heard fighting from the road.
First off, that is an incredulous thing to say. Well, actually, it depends on how you'd interpret road, because the road, as in the means to get places, is over there. This is a little path leading up, yes, but
Yeah, that's what I meant.
listen, I'm gonna have to call my lawyer about what specifically qualifies as a road in this context.
Strictly speaking, not a lie.
Oh, I pushed a button and I don't. Oh, it just did that. Okay. I love having buttons. I don't know what they do.
Mystery buttons.
Marvelous. Let me just double check and see how nice these people are about people that they don't know quite yet.
I love Monty being just like, howdy y'all, how's it trucking?
As in how angry. I just need to know how angry this large gentleman is.
Hey, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Just
Very kind of you.
Roll for angry.
Okay, handsome.
innocent until proven guilty.
Okay, so you decide to make your presence known. This large gentleman who is firmly holding on to two fine hobgoblins looks over at you. You can definitely tell that it takes like a moment for his brain to go tick, 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 ding. At which point he
That's all
decides that he's not going to talk to you. He's going to call his manager. He's going to skip
Oh.
that step.
Oh.
What a
Okay.
Karen.
Oh no, he's Karen assuming.
Does anyone feel the need to interject this in any fashion?
Like maybe prevent
oh,
a fourth person entering the fray.
The more we get them there, the more damage a fireball would do.
God damn it.
I mean, this place doesn't look very combustible, so it's mostly stone.
But do they look flammable?
I mean, one's covered in fur, so I'd assume so.
Okay, so I'm just going to assume that you guys let this happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
he was
just
feeling like
kinda
kind of
like, oh?
awkward.
excuse me?
Monty's being very polite. Snuggle is slinking. He's like feeling like when you're at your
Okay,
friend's house
I'm just
and their
gonna-
mom starts yelling at them.
I'm just going to give you the lowdown on this. It takes a couple of minutes for this guy to come back. Like, he doesn't just leave and then 10 seconds later he's back. This takes like a couple of minutes of you standing there, and those two guys that you saw him bashing heads together, they vanish out of view.
Oh, I was
Oh.
gonna go over and go,
Oh,
"You
no.
guys okay?" But they're gone.
No, they're actually just around the corner of the gatehouse. If you want to know their specific location, if you could see them like slinking up against the wall when that happened.
Should we like bonk their heads together and take them out?
Hey,
Just to calm them down.
Hey, Evie, since you're closest, can you roll me a perception check, please? Just one more. This is the last one you have to roll before we get to something else. A new kind of encounter. One where you have to talk to people.
Hmm,
Oh.
Ooh.
that's a fresh one. Looking for names. I'm failing my in real life perception check.
It's on the red ribbon. You want to click the eyeball with a slash through it under perception.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
What?
You know Monastery, whenever he wakes up, you hear like all this buckles and straps, like light pieces of metal clanking together. You hear that sound coming from the distance, like from one of the buildings. So we're just gonna say that it's a few minutes later now.
Okay, my invisibility sphere went away then.
No, it's probably still like semi-active. Up above, in the guard tower, in that big watchtower, you see a figure leaning out. He is quite a distance up there, but he leans out, points down at you, and demands to know who you are. The figure in question is quite well dressed up. Even from here, you can tell that his armor is shiny and composite of several different kinds of materials and bits and pieces. I should have his picture somewhere. So if you... Anyway, this fine gentleman yells at you. He yells in a few languages. He does go down like a small list of languages that he knows. Let's see. The languages you know are Common, Draconic, Goblin, Infernal. So he just yells at you in a bunch of languages to see which one you respond to, at which point he will try to establish communications. Starting off with, who the hell do you think you are coming over here?
Greetings. My name is Monastery. I am a soldier of Sarenrae, and I was investigating this place just on the sound of, conflict happening within. But it turned out that one of your men seems to have already sorted the situation.
I was pretty sure I'd extracted the necessary... Oh, whatever. We'll leave it at that. Well, this fine gentleman will tell you that that is none of your concern. But while you're here, you can definitely pay the toll.
A toll for entering a building?
The toll for using the road.
Then why aren't you out on the road performing said duty? It doesn't quite make sense to charge people for using a road when they're not on the road.
It's a gold piece,
You get
boy.
I
Per
mean,
person.
For all you know, we could have come through the woods. We might not even be using the road.
I am Warlord Koth, and I will not have this. Know that you are well and truly surrounded, and that my men are more than ready to strike. If you want to make a move, go nuts. Or you can pay up the toll and leave with your lives.
You hear a disembodied voice. Just give him the coins.
Should we be funding the Hobgoblin army though?
Yeah,
don't think
we're
they are
kind of.
the same army.
They
I
are,
mean, they're organized enough to pay the toll.
bandits.
We shouldn't assume based on their race.
Like,
Like-
hobgoblins are smaller than human people, right?
Yeah,
Bigger
A little
than-
bit.
yeah.
Bigger.
I
So if
think
you're in a
bugbears
building,
are bigger. Hobgoblins are like,
Um,
probably
that-
up to 6 foot.
That large bullman, by the way, reappears in front of you. And you quickly see like a goblin like dart across the doorway. Like whoosh. Pay up.
Huh.
Or pay with your lives. And then he ducks behind cover in his little tower. What do you do?
Can you ask if they work for Tiamat?
The large furry man in front of you holds his hand out. He wants his payment.
May I ask, on whose authority are you collecting the toll? Is it for like a local charity, or, on behalf of the town speaker nearby?
Unfortunately, this gentleman only seems to understand Jotun. So again, you have this little awkward moment where it's like... Dot, dot,
I mean,
dot.
I do speak Chinese. So
Yeah, I know,
probably
but that doesn't.
start over my
Listen,
statement.
when you talk to someone who only speaks Chinese, it takes a moment for you to realize you have to switch. You know,
Yeah.
there's that awkward moment where you realize that communications have broken down. Let's
Looking
see.
blankly.
I need to figure out what these guys' allegiances are, as in how much they want to smooch each other.
Aw.
Aw. Cute.
Well, listen, I need to know what's going to happen if you do pay them, if they're going to be nice about it or not. Well, this guy. So what are you asking me again? On whose authority?
Yeah, on whose authority?
Well, let me just pull up the name so I get this one right, because we're going to name drop someone.
Oh.
Maybe this time you'll
We're
write
writing
something
this
down.
Really?
He claims that he is collecting in the name of High Wormlord Azarkul.
Hi, Wormlord.
Wow.
Wormlord, as in worm with a Y, as in dragons.
Oh,
It's a bit more obvious in giant.
yeah. It's just
I think that's not good.
yeah.
He claims that
You know.
Mr. Azarkul is going to be the big king around here, as in boss of all the lands. So you're making an advance payment on your taxes effectively.
Oh.
Also, you
Well-
know, there's also the part where he will definitely smash you into the ground if you don't pay. You know, for sports.
I just kind of give a look to the rest of the group, just like, this is kind of a job.
How do you write Room Lord?
Allow me to. I'll just copy paste the name out for you so you can just look at it. Please do not fight Mr. Azalkul. You're not gonna run into him anytime soon because what fucking king walks in the front lines? But
Yeah, I mean, a high dragon lord guy, probably not a thing we want to fight.
probably also not
yet.
a guy who like walks in the middle of a forest where a bunch of his flukes are sitting in a fortress. You know,
Yeah, probably.
he'll be in the victory parade though.
Yeah,
I'm making
He's-
notes now.
he's the guy on the float.
Also,
Waving.
in case you wanted a reminder on who that other guy was, here's his name.
Oh,
He sounds important because he has a title.
in theory.
Ooh. If you think my brain didn't immediately go, oh, so that's the town speaker.
Same.
Okay,
What
so
town speaker called.
here's something funny that I'm gonna ask you guys. Consider this your only adventure sense is tingling thing going on. These people are asking you for your money. What are you gonna do?
I mean, my immediate response is, I do not. These guys are kind of the guys who've been sent out here to deal with, so I'm ready to fight them if need be. but,
Before
like,
we
I'm
get to that, may I?
giving everyone else the
Okay,
kind of the say of like,
sure.
are we dealing with these guys or like,
I mean, foreign bureaucracies that have
there
not
are
been
a lot
elected are
of them.
kind of evil. Yeah.
But maybe they have a lot of gold because they've been collecting gold. You know?
Maybe so. Maybe so. They also have a dog.
That we would have to fight.
So
You
one
know
more
who
vote
walks
for Price.
over to the cowman and places four gold coins into his hand,
Marvelous.
outstretched hand.
oh well.
He'll take the money,
Coins just appear.
and then he just wait. What? Are you using some sort of spell here, or are you just actually putting money in his hand?
I don't know if I'm invisible still, so I don't know how does that look.
Technically speaking, you are entirely within your right to just walk over to him invisibly, and then he's like, "Where the fuck's this sound coming from?" He'll get a little antsy, and then money appears in his hand.
Yes, that. I like that.
Unfortunately, since he's kind of stupid, he's forced to assume that you're just weird about this and are handing him money in a funny way.
Yeah, I'll just go like, that should be sufficient, and pretend it was me that did it.
Ah, yes, monastery, the local wizard. Go look at his fine wizard robes made of hard metal.
Wave my hand around a little bit just to make it cast myself.
You must be a powerful wizard to cast money.
If you've got money, you're gonna get.
At this point, when you pay up, you watch his guard slouch a bit. At the very least, he's like counting the coins in his hand just to make sure that it's enough.
Very slowly, like
Two
2,
people in the
3.
Listen, he has -2 intelligence. Don't bully him.
Oh my god.
He's doing his best.
He's not the fastest tool in the box.
he sees two people
He is
but
the
4 coins.
Once he has verified that you have indeed paid him the amount. Though he is kind of like, why are there 4 coins? I only count 2. But then he just points away and tells you that you better leave before Mr. Koth decides that he wants more. You are let
Very
go.
well.
Marvelous. You make your way back down the hill again.
Just kind of grumble my way out, like evildoers.
Perhaps your friends had a reason to pay up.
We can't
Yeah.
fight them all, Monastery.
Yeah. I trust your judgment. That's why I didn't go in guns blazing.
Now, monastery, if you would like to pray to your god for wisdom, that might be a thing you should probably do. But besides that,
It's always what I do.
it's late in the day. You've spent quite a bit of time walking around through the forest. You should probably set up camp sometime soon. And start considering what you're going to do for the night. If you're going to camp out, or, get your money back. I don't know.
Snow elbows Monastery's knee or something. I don't know how high we are to each other.
I mean,
You know, we could
Monastery's
just go
pretty
through that
tall.
and take the money.
I mean, it's not about the money. It's about the principle.
It's about the belt that holds up my pants.
These people are like,
If you,
robbing people on the street. It's not okay.
if you want to blow up the place, I'm with you. You know, I'm always up for explosion.
Maybe not
If only
that
you...
extreme. Oh well.
Wasn't there a new class or something, or like feature that was like all about blowing shit up? The bomber, yes, the bomber had stuff for that. I'm sure the inventor's going to have fun explosions too.
Oh, I bet.
You'd definitely have approval.
I got an explosion box. It goes boom. Anyway, as I
Oh,
mentioned,
thank
it's
you.
late in the day. Dusk is beginning to set in. You guys are going to set up camp in Witchwood?
Sure.
Marvelous.
Would it be
So-
smarter to set up camp where the little trees are?
I'm going to presume that you guys set up camp slightly off the road so that you're not like in the way of things or easily sensed or caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stealth preferred.
Do you wish
This is
to
our first camp.
do you wish to do anything as the night creeps in, or are you just gonna sleep until morning?
I'm gonna do
No.
stuff with my spellbook, and that's it.
Usual prayers and keeping watch.
Yeah.
Because we are very close to like an enemy encampment. They
Glancing
might not
wistfully
hold
in the
up their end
direction
of
of
the
the
ship.
Well, your fine your fine deity does respond to your prayers to some extent, which is that discretion is the better part of valor. To respond with violence while you're surrounded is a foolish action when you can retreat and wait until their guard has dropped once more. Sure, it is unfair to attack a person's guard when they're down. That is dishonorable in a sense. But at the same time, what honor does a common bandit deserve?
Yeah,
Additionally,
savage.
These individuals,
Mom,
She does
right.
have a point.
additionally, your fine god of Serenway will definitely tell you that these people are affiliated with Tiamat. They are, or at the very least, something evil. They might be associated with Asmodeus. But they are
That's
definitely
equally fair.
they are definitely evil, evil, evil. They're in the evil camp. They worship an evil god, and they will do evil because that's what they want to do.
Capital E evil.
They're the big E.
Mhm. So, yeah, not oppressed into doing evil, but they just like the funsies.
The god will also offer you a fine clip of wisdom, which is to say, maybe if you had an NPC ally, they could have told you this instead. But if they have a keep here, they probably have patrols, and taking isolated patrols out will help thin out the numbers if you want to be more step by step about this process. Why fight them all at once when you can fight a few at a time? Wow.
Yeah, probably an idea.
Wow. Money, your mom is cool.
Anyway, you're level 6. Your god sends you faxes.
I have a pager. just lights up whenever she sends
I just hear
a
facts.
vision.
Oh no, every villain is lemon.
I just hear fact sounds as papers come rolling out of monastery's plate armor.
There's a little lightning bolt between the antenna, and it like falls out of there.
Love that.
Well, as the night goes by, you have a good night's rest. You recover all your spell slots. You gain some health back. You feel good in the morning. It's chilly. It's cold. It's foggy. It's one of those mornings where every shadow seems to jump at you. What do you want to do today, kids? It's early in the morning. The fog is a bit orange. Actually, I think fog is always grey, regardless of the sun's position, but just roll with me here. It creeps through the woods, every tree shrouded in their own little fuzzy coat. You can move up the
Start
scope.
Operation Deal with the Keep.
What a snarky plan.
We're dealing with the keep?
Yeah. I received divine inspiration, and my mission at this point is to deal with the soldiers of evil, and that involves that big evil worshipping hell bandit camp up on the hill.
Help bandits.
Marvelous.
By sabotage, or do we go about it directly?
Well, directly is my heart, but I know there's a lot of dudes there, so you probably want to draw them out at least semi-staggeredly, make it easier to deal with. Because I doubt they're going to be receiving a lot of reinforcements all the way out here in the woods.
I mean, you've not run into any hobgoblins so far.
Yeah, the road seems pretty sparse at best. So,
If only there would be a way to get them to come out in front of the keep, and then Thierry and I throw a bunch of fireballs at them. You know, fire.
I can make a smoke stick.
Well,
And
there was
fire.
that little
Smoke
yard outside with the shack that you could set on fire or something if you really wanted to.
We could do that. Oh wow.
I don't know, at least one of the party members will be really down with setting something on fire.
Everybody looks at Snuggle.
the party's pyromaniac.
It's like, we probably need some kind of incentive, and we all look at Snug, who's got like a little fire, playing with a fireball in his hands, just like, yeah.
Okay, so listen.
Give us
The plan
permission to
is
be-
the plan is fireball, but we wait until they're in perfect fireball range first. That's the plan.
Yes.
And we can create the fireball range by setting shit on fire.
Ooh, and
They'll
we can also
lower-
breathe fire at them.
So we'll maybe save that until they start fighting us.
Gosh, this is like the
Start
Hook.
with the long range.
This is like the Hook Mountain Massacre all over again. People setting fire to buildings inside or near fortresses. So you have a nice morning camp meal as the soup boils, and you have your food, your rehydrated rations, which is to say that you took extremely salinated dry pork and made it somewhat more palatable. You have a little chit chat about how you're going to handle this today.
Can we use the time to make however many of things can be made?
So you daily get infused reagents. You can just turn those into things as part of your long rest, essentially.
Yeah, like
Excellent.
before we go to bed.
How many of the things can I spawn?
I think it's your alchemist level plus your intelligence modifier. That's how many reagents you get.
Oh,
If you use them for elixirs of life, which is your surgeon thing, you get like 3 of them per. Otherwise, you get 2 per. If you
Okay, so
you can
alchemist level plus.
one more thing, you can hold on to these reagents and use an action later with quick alchemy to turn them into an object you can make.
Okay, then that's fine.
So you
I
can-
think that's a bit more
Yeah, so
versatile.
you can prepare them as a wizard, so you can prepare them ahead of time, but you get more of them, or you can use them on the spot like a sorcerer, but you only get one of them.
I think I'm gonna do the quick alchemy thing.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
You hold on to some spares. All right,
Yes. Thank you.
cool.
So,
So the
How are we
plan
gonna
seems
do
to be approach the fortress with some modicum of, not wanting to be seenness. Light one of the buildings on fire and have them come to us, and then ambush them from there, and then once they're all taken care of, we go into the building and deal with the ones that are still inside.
Yeah. Sounds nice. Sounds fine.
Sounds like fun.
How do we make sure only few come out at a time though?
I mean, we can probably watch to make
I
sure
want
that
this-
Like
Cool.
maybe
some come out.
yeah,
Hey.
like maybe adjust the calamity so it's not, like something that can draw out the lower ranks without making the higher ones feel that endangered they need to handle it personally.
Yeah, like we're not gonna set the whole keep on fire, but just like enough
Basically
that they
no
need to
mushroom
send
cloud.
some people to deal with it.
Yeah, like if there's a mushroom cloud, that's a bit too much.
If there's mushroom clouds. Hey, does anyone of you want to roll me a luck check? That's
Sure.
it. That's just a d20. Roll me a good number.
14.
As you've packed up your camp, and the fog's still around, you make your way back towards the road because, again, you're a slight distance off the road, so people to just stumble over you in the middle of the night. You hear voices talking, and as you squint through the fog, you can see a couple of those nasty boys.
Nasty.
Particularly, it's one very tall, angry dude. You've seen one of these before. It's one of those berserkers, the ones that get really angry and then their blood starts melting things nearby because they're so red hot angry.
Oh yeah, the one that you don't want standing near a hostage.
With him are two fine gentlemen, those recruits that got thrown around, that Evie can identify, and they are sitting on top of wolves. It looks like quite the collection of gentlemen who are going on some sort of patrol because they're not staying near the fortress.
They probably took the
How many of them?
you shouldn't charge tolls for people who aren't on a road spiel that I gave seriously.
I'm personally more of the conviction that these fine gentlemen are out here as a punishment in the early morning, forced to go on patrol, and this one guy's like, you fucking nerds.
The worst patrol.
Snuggle looks at Monster with big eyes. Can
I
Uh,
am going to find a forest map in my map folder, and I'm going to use it. Like, I have to have a map that's just some woodlands and a road.
well, we know these guys aren't good, so you can certainly give them the old Snoggu special.
And they are rather concentrated.
There are at least five life forms in one spot.
I?
Ew.
Gets happy.
Yes, they are very close together. They do not follow the usual rule, because what the fuck are they expecting? You guys left humiliated. You paid your toll. You were humiliated. You are not coming back. You're not going to be a problem in the future. People who want to fight you don't pay the toll, so they're like adamant, like, yep, brush their hands off. Our work here is done. I'm not going to put you on a scene.
The evil doing has been done.
You guys are like sitting in a bush. Oh wait, excuse me, I forgot. Every single time I start a scene, it is automatically does not have global illumination on. Actually, I could just turn token vision off, because who fucking cares? And here, and then Tiri. You definitely can't start casting spells without them noticing you, but they are like on patrol, and they're doing it very half-heartedly because they're still grumpy about yesterday. They probably only got half rations. That's why people get really grumpy.
This is true.
I mean, if
I think
Snuggle wants to
Monster
start
will
casting
spark in between them.
Snuggle wants to start casting a spell, I can like run out into like a different spot and start banging my shield, get their attention.
Yeah, I can get them easily.
Oh, goodness. Alright, so we're gonna go to combat. Handsome.
Let's bust these boys.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna start combat, but the turn counter starts at whatever Snuggu rolls for initiative, because he's the one starting this shit.
Start the shit.
Please roll me, yeah, you can roll me perception or you can roll stealth if you think that's gonna work out better for you. Because you are trying to hide.
Wait, the non stealth. Wait.
Last is easy. You can always click the die on the combat tracker, the little fist in the sidebar.
The little fist.
There we go.
Ah, okay.
Handsome. I'm gonna begin combat, and
I rolled worse than the first.
Snuggu. Please be gentle. These gentlemen are like, these are the recruits, as in the guys who are like 5 levels below you. They don't even give you experience points, but they're there anyway. Like, they can't help that.
They're 5 levels below me.
You, listen, go ahead, roll me your fireballs. You just explode them, and the trees nearby shake, and the fog just is gone in a sphere.
So maybe just
Fireball.
launch a little like spark of energy to them. It just
Techn-
explodes when it touches the wolf.
Kaboom. All of them get to roll me a... Oi, that hurts.
Ooh, that's loud.
Well, they all... Nobody critically succeeded, and I think the dire wolf just got incinerated. Ooh. Boofta.
Everything's loaded.
So, the hobgoblin recruits are... They have 20 hit points, so they're incinerated. They're just immediately... They fall off nice and crispy. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. The berserker takes half. That's this one. And his fine gentleman wolves take full. They are also significantly injured. Marvelous.
Did you, like, smack Snuggle on the shoulder, like, gentle with the puppers.
The next person's turn is the berserker.
Oh, wow.
The berserker gets a lit.
Some dessert.
You know, I technically realized something. You technically, because we're going initiative with Snoggle, you could have all delayed to go after him. That seems like a reasonable way to handle this. So, all right.
Probably.
So, if you want to, you can have your initiative move to after Snagu, but
Yeah.
all right then. I'm going to say that Monastery goes first because he is technically first. Monastery, what do you do when your turn rolls around?
I mean, like, as soon as the fireball goes off, probably, like, run up to the tough boy
Holy shit.
and just kind of yell something like, "How do you guys feel about refunds?" And then smack him in the face.
Unfortunately, since he hasn't acted yet, he's still like, what? Re-what-us? Oi. Ugh. That hurts. Now that hurts. Let's see. He has resistances. Well, nothing to that. Ouchie baba.
Oh, little 11 pops up over him.
Yes, combat damage numbers. You've well, I'm gonna say that's kind of it for you.
Yeah, you know my drill.
Shield
what
up,
I'm
baby. Evie.
Hello, baby. Could he use one of them's quick alchemy thingamabobs to make a tanglefoot bag,
Yes,
which doesn't immobilize?
you definitely can do that.
So I will. So that's an actions. Quick alchemy.
Let me
bag.
see. Yep,
So
you take.
this.
Whoop.
One action.
Yeah, to do that.
You have 2 more.
Yes,
Moderate
and then
tanglefoot bag or a lesser one. Let's see what you have in your book.
Book.
Oh, well, whatever. We'll just go roll with it. We'll say it's a lesser one. You have a +1 to detect, so you can roll me your bomb roll throw and see how that works out for you. Who are you
Okay.
targeting anyway?
I am targeting the berserker.
You can alt-click him. You hold alt and then click him,
Ooh.
and you automatically target him. And then when you roll the attack roll, it will compare to his armor class and tell you what it does.
Oh, hell yeah.
Click me the button
Okay.
for the attack.
Okay. What the?
It's
Uh,
in the chat.
oh, yeah.
Press
There's a button in the chat box. You can click that one. Because Foundry is
rolling it
extremely
in the
fancy.
I was rolling it in the inventory instead of in the strike.
Yeah, but that's what pops up that little window.
buttons on buttons.
Okay, buttons upon everything. Oh, it's a success.
Kersploosh. Let's see. On a hit, they take a status penalty for 1 minute as they're covered in glue and like twigs and resin and all kinds of implementaries.
Got
My
tarred
speed.
and feathered with the fort.
Slower. Wah. Let's see. That's a. Oh my goodness! It's a 15-foot penalty for this one. So his speed has been reduced to 20. So he's actually slower than all of you. He is normally very fast because he's got big muscles, big leg day. Escape DC is 19. He's slathered in glue. You've made your attack. We have 1 action left. You can take cover in the bushes if you want to.
I would like to, please.
Pop out, toss your bomb, duck back in.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah,
expose yourself
yeah,
longer than you
absolutely.
have to.
This is true.
Terry, what do you do?
I'm gonna cast Wall of Thorns.
Ooh, that sounds nasty. Show me the goods.
Oh, how do I actually do this? Oh, no, wrong. Oh, yeah, I can easily do that. Okay. So I wanted to like get that Wall of Thorns around the direwolves. But I
It
didn't actually.
specifies that it is a straight line.
Oh, does it say straight line?
Yep.
Yeah, you create a 5-foot thick wall of brambles and thorns in a straight line up to 60
Oh.
feet
Ooh.
and 10 feet high.
That can be very good though.
Okay. Well.
Saves us from being flanked.
Yeah, it does. It does. It can have other effects. Things don't necessarily have to kill things to get rid of them.
Mm.
Plus, they
Yeah.
are just
Then
dogs,
yeah,
they
like
can probably just run
across
away.
there.
Let me draw a nice line for you, bubber. A massive wall of thorns sprouts from the fertile, moist soil, creating a big ol' spiky spike situation. Cutting the wolves off from their big angry man. Big angry man is big angry. He goes roar as he takes out his axe, gets mad, enters a blood rage. He now has to beat everyone up for a full minute.
Wow.
I would like to point out that unlike normal rage, he stays angry, cannot stop under any circumstances. He must attack.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Roar! And then his axe goes high, and he's going to try and clonk you. Gunk. Oh, excuse me, I wasn't aiming. Monastery, would you like to shield block that? Oh, actually, let me show you the damage first.
Yeah.
Your magically potent shield soaks. You do hear that loud screech you usually hear when metal clashes with metal.
Away from the youth pastor.
Dink.
The wolves. Let's see. They just got fireballed. They are now surrounded in thorns. They're gonna have to roll me some morale checks to see how that works out for them. Wolves are rather strong, though. They are also, however, not in the best place. Okay, cool. Through the cracks of the bramble, you see the wolves run away. They are not. Listen, there's a wall of thorns. Their boss is like bouncing off of a shield. Their riders have been incinerated. They don't care what that guy has to say. They're out of here.
They're a little bit on fire.
They're a little bit on fire, yes.
Or it's scorched.
They leave with their tails between their legs. Snuggu.
Oh, hello, it's me.
It's a me.
It's you.
Where's my dude? No, I'm marking myself. No, I don't want to mark myself.
Don't mark yourself before you wreck yourself.
I want to go here.
Roar goes the blood berserker.
And I'm gonna cast a simple telekinetic projectile at him. I'm gonna launch a rock at him.
A rock on the ground goes whoop, whoop, and then goes. Ow! His armor class, by the way, is actually a little lower. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. What kind of damage does it do? I'd say the rock does bludgeoning, though.
Or bludgeoning, okay.
Yeah, but don't forget, these guys are immune to bludgeoning. They are so angry that their muscles and their bones just don't care about blunt impacts. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could crush him with a castle if you had one. That you could just drop on a man, but like a small rock just makes him angrier. On that note, what does it take for him to Red Hot Blot? Because, oh no, it's bleed damage that triggers it specifically. Or slashing if you do enough slashing. Like, if you just gut him out with a critical hit, he's probably just going to bleed all over you anyway. Monastery. You are painfully reminded that this man does not care about bruises and welts. They form, but they do not hinder him in any way. Until he stops being angry, probably.
So, gonna keep that mace on standby. Instead, just stabby. Wow, great.
Also forgot
Fantastic.
it gets 10 temporary hit points because he is anger.
and then I'm going to try and shove him into the brambles.
Oh, that's what I like to see. Give him the old rock'em sock'em. His our athletics DC is 25, or his fortitude DC is 25. He is strong.
+9, so.
Man, I can't imagine how much it must hurt to get shoved into a wall of magical brambles.
Nope.
Don't forget you have
That's
hero
my-
points. You should have one more, considering you didn't use any last time. So
Yeah, I'd rather not, fall on my ass. So, going to try that
Can I
again.
get monster one of mine?
No, I have 2, I think. I have 1 now.
hey, if
I'm
someone wants to
fine.
spend one eye, that's fine by me. Oh gosh, there he goes. Whoosh. Terry, do you want to roll me damage for that wall?
What's the damage on it again? There we go.
So he gets pushed into the wall, and just squirts. He gets covered in this steaming blood. Wow, monastery. What a view. Evie, this glue-covered man is now stuck against all these thorns, which stick to him. Because don't forget, he's covered in glue. They'll break off and like stick to him awkwardly.
Hmm.
Do we have any feathers?
Oh God, no.
Gotta chicken
if-
this man.
Like, if the goal is to piss this person off, I think we're doing real damn well.
Yeah, he's already pretty mad.
How are we doing with the hit points on this thing? Because I'm.
He is not even staggered, which is half hit points.
Yeah,
Shit.
he's a barbarian. He has a lot of health.
I would like to quick alchemize a capsaicin tonic.
That sounds like
And
something you
then-
should drink more than but sure,
Oh.
capsaicin.
I thought it.
Gotta
Okay,
make
like
some chili.
oh shit! I thought it was like something to eat
I actually,
to blind it.
I have
or-
no
I
idea
mean-
what this is.
Probably
Okay,
is.
it
Pure
probably is.
capsaicin is like really acidic and like will just
Yep.
burn your eyes.
I found it.
Yep.
Capsaicin tonic is an elixir. Oh, I see what this is. So this is a thing that you drink, and then after any time you can use an interact action to just spew a cloud of disgusting fiery gas.
Oh, it's one of those.
So here's how it works. Once you belch out, the creatures within the cloud are concealed. All creatures outside of the cloud are concealed to it. The cloud remains for 1 minute until dispersed. He takes 1d4 fire damage as long as he's in it.
Does that sound good, gang?
The
Does that sound nice?
the wall of thorns,
Kind of-
though.
The
You're
wall
also kind of
thorns.
far away for that kind of thing.
Yeah, this is true. Let's do a regular blight bomb and then heat that.
Marvelous.
That's just like a damagey friend.
You throw a poisonous bomb at this fine gentleman. Roll me the bomb roll.
Let's
You
do
hit
it.
him exactly. Well, actually, you hit him by 1 because armor class is actually lower because he's raging. He doesn't care about his defenses.
He's thingy.
Actually, he would be more like here, but whatever. Whoosh! A bomb flies through the air. I would like to point out that you will have to spend an action to get closer, or otherwise you will miss because you are a distance away. Your bomb has a range increment of 20, which means that every 20 beyond 20, starting with that first one, has a -2, -3, -4. Or was it -1? I don't know. It's enough to bother. So we're gonna say that you move up, quick alchemy, then throw the bomb. You hit him. The damage on a blight bomb is 2d6 poison, 2d4 persistent, and 2 splash. So yeah,
That's spicy.
it rots flesh. It is literally a bomb used to make someone real gooey. So you can type me that /R 2d6 + 2 for the base damage, and I'll give him the persistent bleed damage as this poor gentleman is just not having a good day. In case you need the instructions, the commands are /R 2d6 + 2. Just throw that into the chat and it should work.
Oh, have you lost your connection?
Oh no! Oh no!
No, no.
Baby, no!
No, we're here.
Oh, no.
They can hear something.
We hear sound. We hear sounds again. I don't know if that helps you.
Hello.
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 Okay.
We hear.
Okay, here you are. Okie doke. Whew. My heart rate did not enjoy this. Where were we?
Wow, wow, we will.
Well, you were supposed to roll some damage. 2d6 plus 2. As he becomes... Let's... actually... Okay, yeah, he has nothing resistant against poison. All that fast, slow, and blood doesn't protect him against toxins.
The toxins are just like going around more quickly.
He should have had more essential oils. So yes, you can type me that command that I put up there, which is /R plus 2d6 plus 2. That's a roll command.
Where do I?
In Foundry's chat. Like the little chat
Sound
box.
in chat.
Bottom right.
Copying. Bottom right. Syntax error. Expected expression got something.
What?
What do you want?
Works fine for me. So I guess the copying did something wrong.
Okay, because like this is what I got. Well, if it worked for you, okay, I will enter it with my human hands. What the heck? 2d6.
My bare hands.
Well, it's not liking the bare hands either. It's,
What about your... What a
no.
weirdo. Well, we'll just go with that 9 then. That's a decent roll.
Okay.
And then persistent damage on his turn. Ow. You can tell that he's a little sick from all that poison theory. He's like fighting against the glue that keeps him stuck against this wall. He wants to smash.
I'm going.
Let me smash.
I'm going
Exactly,
to
let me try.
forget that most of the enemies you fight are resistant to electric damage and sudden bolt him.
Cool.
It's electrifying.
Well, he failed his roll, so...
Oh.
Well, he does have some minor electrical resistance. Again, so angry that his body can shrug a lot off. But 30 damage is still like a huge amount.
30 damage is 30 damage.
He is now, I think, at the very least staggered. He's below half of his hit points. He's starting to lose his fighting spirit. Although, considering how angry he is, that's kind of hard to tell. You can only watch in horror as a man just... You know, the sensible way of getting out of a bush is to go the way you came in. But his arms just go... "Rah, rah," and he tries to take half of the bush with him as he comes out.
Oh wait, actually, I had one more action. That I
Oh,
wanted-
what'd you like to use that on?
I would like to chuck a
Ooh.
ball of fire. But
Ow.
fireball, but not quite a produce flame.
Wall of Thorns. I need to look at... Okay, hit him by 4. So... I need to check. Let's see if there's anything about this. Is it only when he... Oh, no. Gosh darn it. There we go. For every move action he chooses to enter... Okay, so not leave. On the outside, yeah. Awesome.
I
Oh
think
goodness,
it's free to leave.
he has some resistance to fire, but still takes a lot of damage out.
Nice.
So at this point, he's entering the critical phase. He's below a quarter of his maximum. But unfortunately, he is angry and therefore unreasonable and cannot make morale checks or try to decide that maybe he should give up. He's just too dang angry.
It'd be like that.
Cranky boy.
Downside of being a rage monster is that you cannot make the sensible decision of cutting your losses, like the wolves did.
Good babies. Good puppies.
But he can't really step with all this goo, but he can like pull himself out, and this spray of breaking brambles goes your way. Monastery clatters off your armor, of course. That's not too dangerous. But what is dangerous is the fact that he's got an axe and he's gonna swing it twice. Number 1, number 2.
Miss and miss.
Oh, yeah. Your armor class base is 25.
And with the shield, it's 27.
His angry assault does not get past your immaculate defense. Snuggo, put this angry man out of his misery.
Wait, if I go here, is that a flank, or I just have
Yes.
to be in the bushes to be a flank?
No, I'll say that's a flank. I did to be more permissive.
Okay, I'm gonna put myself in the front line, and then I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna touch him real good. I'm gonna touch him. This is
Slap
like
it
a
out.
vampiric touch.
Well, he has no resistance against negative damage.
Does he
That's
have
what I'm
assless?
He does have an incredibly good fort save, though.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He has so much energy that you can't take any of it.
No,
Like
give me your energy, man.
It makes a spell just go. Like, you try to suck it out, but it's so potent that your spell just washes away.
Oh, well, that's
Monastery.
He's flanked, which means I can stab him good. Stabby.
Slash.
I'm gonna get splashed with blood.
You just need one more hit like that, and you got him.
I'll give it a go.
Uh-oh. Be careful. Put up that shield.
Yep.
Evie.
Hello.
He's getting so angry.
Can I-
He looks like he's gonna drop that axe and just start strangling your friend instead. As
I
rage
would
monsters tend to do.
be down for that. Could I like boink? Oh my freaking god! How do I move this thing? Oh no, I cannot take this action while the game is currently paused. Well, I would like to like step to the square diagonally north of Monty, and then there we go. Yeet that crossbow action. Well, hit the sling.
Pew.
Did you eat the crossbow at him?
Ow!
You wish. No, just a sling, because I'm kind of afraid of a bomb exploding both of you from this close up.
Well, while that is a
Like
magnificent
the-
critical, your sling does bludgeoning damage, which, as I mentioned,
God dang it.
Clink.
God dang it.
his
Does it at least work as a distraction?
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't seem very distracted from his intention to just make Monastery eat mud.
Well,
Good luck with that.
Uneventful. Okay, can I with my last action like whip up an elixir of life to yeet it at Mani? Should there be need in the next one?
Sure.
Next turn?
You
Bless ya.
quickly grasp one. Don't forget this goes away after a turn, because quick alchemy makes very ephemeral items. Terry.
Excellent.
Right, I'm going to use clinging ice on.
Brrr.
It's going to make him freeze.
Witch him up.
Oof.
Ooh.
Gets reduced by 5. Because he doesn't care about how icy cold he is. Well, actually, he does take the penalty. So he now has 15-foot speed, because he's also still glued up. And now he's also frozen. And very
Right.
chilly.
Okay, so he's
I like
basically immune to a lot of elemental types.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, electricity, cold, and fire so far have not been as effective, but...
Well,
You can't imagine how you would be more resistant to acid because you were angry, though. You take a moment to think over that. You're like, I can't. How would that even work?
then I'm going to cast Shatter on. Oh wait, no, that's for an object, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an object.
Oh, okay, then
Very good for opening doors, though.
yeah.
This is true.
I will just. I'll go with the theme and shoot a ray of frost at him.
Pew kapow!
Chili.
Oh!
Nice.
That's gonna reduce his speed down to 5 if he survives. Nope, that kills him. Monastery, you're about ready to, and you're anticipating and readying up for him to like his axe already leaves his hand. His big meaty hands are going for your shield to like tear everything out of your hands, and then a beam of ice just slams him in the cheek, and he falls backwards, half hanging into the brambles he pulled out of, because that grows back somewhat because it wasn't proper. Like it didn't properly destroy it, so grows back slightly as he falls into it and hangs. At this point, you've won! Yay!
Man, fighting those guys is never pleasant.
Search his body, not trying to get stuck or trying to get splashed with the boiling blood.
And these were like baby minions. Who
Well-
got sent out as a punishment.
To be fair, he didn't really do a whole lot. He was just kind of, a big damage sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah, point.
Monastery took like some damage, like 5.
I took 5 damage total.
Monastery is a
Can I-
champion who is like the if barbarians have the big hit points, champions are like the I don't get hit at all.
Manny, would you like to have a slurp of this custom-made Gatorade of life?
The Gatorade is going to be inert in a moment anyway, so you might as well.
Yeah, might as
Yeah.
well.
Just like to replenish those electrolytes from fighting and stuff.
Did work up a bit of a, well, whatever the equivalent of a sweat is.
If an alchemist ever gives you a fly spell, he should tell you that Red Bull gives you wings. Eee.
So how much does that heal?
What kind is it?
Good question.
What kind of can you make? Because they come in varieties, by the way. Like there's lesser versions, and then it goes all the way up.
I mean, if it's only to top up.
Well, I mean, your reagents don't care. Like making a lesser or a minor both take a reagent. So
Yep.
Rude.
Might as well just do the best one.
Yeah,
So
like
I'll
let's do the
assume it heals at least 5 health. So
yes, sure.
Yeah.
Your reagent replenishes at least 5 electrolytes.
Yeah, let's do that.
5 mole worth of electrolytes.
There are different versions. Was it no sugar, light, 0?
Cherry vanilla.
You want?
Anyway, I'm gonna
cherry
tally up the
vanilla, like
30.
Yeah.
Tally up the points for the ones who do count. So that's 30. That guy is 30. 60 in total.
hell yeah.
60 XP.
Nice. We did the thing.
Heck yeah.
round 1 of goons down.
Well, on the plus side, that guy would have been super annoying if you were fighting like a whole fortress.
Yeah.
That's really where he would have been most annoying.
This
Should he
is
hide in the bush, put his head on a stick, and wait for next group.
No. That's kind of
that's gruesome. and
horrible.
evil. That's not very nice.
Okay, without the stick part, okay.
I mean, we can just
Well-
wait here all day at, like, highwaymen if you want to, but it's probably
What
less
the- what-
efficient.
So while it's a very cute idea, you don't know how long until that guy gets reinforcements or worse.
Yeah,
You know.
Not soon till the next patrol, though.
Yeah, I think we will probably not for a few hours at least.
Hmm.
Even then, they'll probably send out the competent people who are
When
ready
they find out,
for an ambush.
yeah, when the other guys don't come back.
Right now,
Probably put.
odds are the
Well,
people at the
also
base are at low alert.
Also,
Yeah.
we do have some runaway direwolves. If
Yeah, well, they're
those
not
are
gonna-
trained to do,
Then they're
like, if
gonna
they're trained to
come.
do recall, I mean,
What is it, Lassie? Timmy got stuck in the wall.
Did he get stuck in a wall of thorns? What happened?
TV got decapitated and put on a stick.
Man, that'd be a very different film.
Right?
He got decapitated, stuck in a stick.
Oh
What the hell is Timmy doing?
We need to save Timmy. I think we're a little past that.
Okay, should we at least clean the corpses off the road?
Yeah.
For public health.
It's
and
a great way
safety
to-
reasons, if not-
A great way to get undead is to leave violently killed corpses on the road, yes.
Yeah.
Hiding behind this rock here.
Yeah, I'll
Or is
say a
this
little
not-
prayer over them, even though they were, evil. They're still dead.
May
Maybe
Saren
the
Ray
next
forgive
fight
them,
will be nice.
etc., etc.
Yeah, all that jazz.
Marvelous.
Well done,
If you give me
Jack.
You bury the bodies and take care of them. What is your next move, kids?
Well, the whole setting the building on fire plan is
Handsome.
what we were doing.
Handsome. Now I'm gonna show. How about we pull up the proper map for this time? You make your way back up to Vrath Keep. I need to remove some characters off this map because they're no longer here. They died.
That happens
Love
when
that
you
There's
die.
some kind of flammable liquid we could throw in before we throw fire, so everything blows up even bigger.
So, as you can see immediately, okay, it's going to take a while for people to come in here. I don't know why, but some of your browsers don't like this. But as you make your way up to Vrothkeep, they don't seem to have up to defenses at all. After all, you seem like big idiots. Why should they care? You just walked straight up and said hello.
Like, who does that?
Polite.
What kind of attack force just knocks on the front door and goes, "Hey, hi, how you doing?"
Hello.
Hi, do y'all have maybe like a cup of sugar or something?
Mr. President.
They've clearly never met a lawful
The
good
map is
attack
giving.
force.
Lawful good, you knock on the door that's on the floor. Lawful neutral, you kick the door that's. Lawful evil, you use the door knocker.
The map is not doing anything for me. Like,
Yeah, it
the
takes a moment.
whole thing is
Fine.
frozen.
Trippy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
refresh the
gonna
whole
reload
thing.
the page.
Same.
Yeah, I refreshed and it worked.
Marvelous.
Actually,
For me, it was jumping all over the place.
oh,
Maybe we were just kind of frozen. Just, you know, vibing together in the same space.
Hey yo, let's vibe. Come on and vibe, and welcome to the tribe.
Now it's much better. The lighting is supposed to be here, right?
The what?
The lighting, shadows.
Yeah, there's supposed to be lighting and shadows because you can't see everything. This is a dangerous situation. With obvious walls.
It didn't have it for me earlier. It was just flashing all over the place.
Yeah. I think some people here can even like see like some of the places where the walls were and all. Because you know, you walked around the place and saw some things.
Whoa. Okie dokie. There we go. Oh, this is nice. This is very fancy. Oh, wow.
Even from here, you can smell that someone is warming up meat and spices.
Yes, cardamom.
Question about humanoid form. It says that I can shift my form into a humanoid form,
Yes,
but can I shift my form to look like one of theirs?
I
One
think
of-
humanoid form specifies that it can't do a specific form.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Do you have like an anti-fursuit? Reverse fursuit, more like.
Yes.
Here we go.
Love that phrase.
Humanoid form grants you a +4 status of deception to pass as a generic member of the chosen ancestry. You can edge level even if you're untrained, but you can make yourself look like a specific person. If you want to impersonate, you still need to create a disguise. But it does give you a benefit because, you know, you look like their ancestry at the very least.
well, it's taking
Like
ages to load. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Bup, bup, bup.
Pass as a generic member of the chosen ancestry. So you could look like a goblin, not those specific goblins.
I can look like a Karen. Not a specific.
Yes. Hi, can I see your manager?
Marvelous.
Are y'all hydrating, by the way?
I am.
Good.
I got big
Yes.
bottles.
Excellent.
I like that items shrink with you, but if they leave your person, they grow. So you're like taking a bottle of wine with you, and you hand it to them. You're like, "Here's a gift," and the gift just grows out of nowhere.
Good for them.
It's like, wait a minute, why did this bottle just grow when you handed it to me? And you say like, well, it's the bubbles, you know, they make the bottle grow, you know, expanding gases. That's how Fruit Pops works.
Okay, there we go. It's loaded.
Excellent.
Marvelous. Anyway,
Hey.
you're at Le Place. Lushly. The smell of
Gorgeous.
breakfast hangs in the air.
Breakfast.
Breakfast,
Can commit
breakfast.
atrocities before it burns on the stove.
The little building here to the south, that's the place I was talking about. The little shed that looks like it's ready to collapse.
Does it smell like a stew or like something fried?
Yes.
Stew soup, very humid, like cools down and goes low, but
Well, if you guys give me some sort of poison, I can turn invisible and poison their stew.
That would be cool.
That doesn't
Can we
seem
do that?
fair.
It does seem efficient, though.
it's also not something Iomade is 100% cool with, though.
Yeah, like I'm not on board with poisoning people.
There's being a little subversive, and then there's poisoning someone's breakfast.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
just mean.
Okay, I just offered.
I appreciate the initiative, though.
You know, it takes it,
So-
you have to be fighting a pretty bad guy for Saren to be like, okay, listen, this once, but get that fucker good.
I'm sure you can poison Tiamat's breakfast, but just some regular
Rando's.
guys. I don't think.
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to poison Koth's breakfast because he sounds important enough that getting rid of him would do a lot of good. But
Just a couple of
Okay,
grunts.
next
not
time.
the best.
We can save the poisons. We can elaborate on them for Koth. Okay, so
Gather some nightshade.
apparently, hobgoblins spend their nights on dice games and elf jokes. I just find that a
just
hilarious
like
bit of lore.
So just like us, huh?
Probably.
Yeah, just like everyone else.
Okay, so should we
Haha.
move to like the back of the shed so they can't like see us with their eyes?
Yeah, that's an idea.
Get a bit of stealth in action.
Great, my favorite.
Yay! Excellent.
I like this global
I like-
illumination, but there still seems to be like a circle around Sanagu.
Well, I
She's
have like.
glowing.
Behind the rickety shed. You
Mhm.
just getting close to it, you can feel it softly sway at your presence.
Oh yeah, we're going that way.
How shall we set it alight?
Oh,
It's a bit
You
moist,
little one.
but
make fire.
There's also a smoke stick if we don't want to be that destructive.
if you throw a couple of smoke sticks in a heap, yes.
We probably need a few of them.
I have.
Is there anyone in here?
You
Yeah,
open
maybe.
as you open up the door and go inside. The unfortunate shack just goes and has to roll me a save to not fall apart.
Oh no.
The shack
Wow.
creaks around you. It just does not want to stay standing, but it does for now.
crap.
Probably setting it on fire isn't gonna hurt anyone.
Probably.
I'm here. I wasn't doing anything. Trust me. I did nothing at all.
I mean, we probably should have checked to make sure there wasn't anybody inside it in the first place anyway.
This is true.
That said, a shack collapsing will be a lot of noise.
Are there any windows up here?
No, that is a solid wall. There is like the small barrier so someone could walk on it, but that's about it.
No, but like, is there a tower like here high up here?
There's a tower in the back, like where Koth was speaking to you, but that's like in the back and it's a pretty tall tower.
Oh.
Also, these used to be towers, but they've been like slammed by rocks.
Oh, good for us. Good for us.
Okay, what's the plan, guys? I only know boom, but we need the actual plan.
So if they're gonna yeet out of the keep, we can arrange ourselves so we're ready to flank. So we're not all just
Yeah.
like huddled and flankable ourselves.
Like,
I
if
have
we...
a stupid idea.
Mm-hmm.
let's hear it.
I turn myself into a hobgoblin. I stand in front of the gates and scream, "Danger! Danger! Enemies! All of you, come out! Danger!" And when everyone comes out, y'all start blowing them up.
I thought it was your job to blow them up.
Would
Or
that
I
hurt
run away
our
if they
element of
run away.
surprise? Would that hurt our element of surprise?
If they figure out the disguise, yeah, otherwise it's the same kind of deal.
It's a deception check, yes. See if you can fool them with this mighty disguise and situation. That said, you only have to fool one of them for a chain reaction to start. Like once that big dumb dude is like, "Oh no, there's danger," his shouting will probably convince everyone else anyway.
Yeah, big boy's probably as gullible as you're gonna find.
The weakest link, as they call it.
Oh, coolio. Seems
So
sense.
if you think, yeah, that kind of distraction would be better than an inferno, then by all means.
Or I sneaked inside and then set something ablaze in there. That's
Yeah, but
stupid.
that-
I'm gonna kill myself.
Also, that doesn't get them to come out here.
Yeah, they're still on their own turf. in an environment specifically designed to avoid a siege.
And you would be alone.
I mean, how much good does this place do against the siege? It has like a giant hole in the wall in the south, and the gatehouse is entirely smashed.
Yeah, I
intention
think the
is so
evidence
there.
shows that the evidence has shown that this thing has been sieged.
It needs significant repairs to function as an anti-siege structure. Yes.
Plus, there are just 4 of us. We're not exactly a siege.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's start
point.
with the hobgoblin thing. I'm gonna try to get them stuck in the doorway, so they're at least filtering out 2 by 2,
Yeah.
Yes.
or
I
however
mean,
many by how
they
many.
could use both exits to this place. Don't forget, there's a hole in the wall, like
Oh,
over
Yeah, but
here.
it's like way
Ooh.
over there. If we can at least delay them, they're gonna have to go like all the way around to get to us, and we can deal with the people in the front at least semi
What
quickly.
is Evie doing?
I'm just checking, like me out of character, to see where the hole is.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's
If you
not
saw that
really
hole,
the,
they have
like,
the right to,
exact-
to make sure that it's still there.
Yeah.
That's for my benefit. But yeah. Sounds like a
So-
Okay,
plan.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Snoggo turns into a hobgoblin and starts yelling that things are bad.
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
This is not optimal, lads. 2020 strikes again.
Snoggo, you can roll me some deception. As you run into the place and start yelling about the fact that there's an attack happening.
So it's a
20,
+2, so it's 31.
29. I think you roll against people's will DCs. Okay, so that's like 1 off of making the Minotaur crit fail. Oh wow, that's even successful against the biggest will save in the house. Okay, cool. You run inside, yelling about the fact that there's big trouble outside.
Danger.
You try your best to sound like that. You try your best to sound like one of those weenies when they got incinerated. I mean, they were yelling a lot to each other last time when you saw them, fighting each other. So
You can put on a rough impression.
at this point, I'm just gonna let 2 things happen. One, you can stay wherever you want because they're gonna ignore you. They're like, alarm, alarm. We need to do something. The following things happen. First and foremost, this door opens, and this thing comes out. And then out of the hole in the wall to the south, this large Minotaur looks outside, like, and when he sees nothing, if he sees nothing, he might see Tiri. Oh no, wait, he won't. I think Tiri is actually just invisible for this guy.
Nice.
He's like, nobody here, come, come. And then a bunch of weenies will make their moves, splitting up as they must.
As you do.
Snuggle runs behind
Incoming
this thing
wings.
and turns.
In a bit.
Wait, can I keep this one?
I mean, if you want.
What kind of spells will cast preemptively? There we go. Yep. Okay. Cool. Gotcha. All right, kids. They are storming out of the building. What do? They're coming towards wherever Snogu says they should, because you're the one who saw the threat. They don't know where to go.
He's yelling down the hill, like this way down the hill, where I came from.
Pointing down the road.
As these large creatures come on by, down below, you notice the Minotaur going like, wait, what? Oh wait.
Wait, they were here now. Wait, look here, look there. He points behind the skeleton. He points behind the skeleton in this place here.
Okay,
So
cool.
run there.
That's a lot of boys.
This creature flaps its wings. I think it can fly at least. It has wings. Yes, it has wings. It flaps its wings, goes up into the air. It's going to fly over that area, taking a good look at the place. You see the wolf vanish around the corner. The other 2, the guys you're currently with, are like looking around, making sure nothing's up. At that point, they suddenly notice Evie and Monastery.
Yeah, now we rush him.
And like, wait, what? I think this is everyone. Oh yeah, it even included the guys that don't want to be here. Oh, I should just remove their tokens. They're not here. They're dead. Be gone. Including you, newbie. Marvelous. Everyone roll your initiative, which can be stealth if you want to. Otherwise, it's perception to notice that things are going amiss.
Very good roll.
It doesn't have to be. Snuggu, your deception is so cunning that the guy you're standing next to is like, get them, and points down. However, The big white wolf who steams cold into the area does not know something is up yet. Like, that has not been communicated. So it's just gonna be up here looking around, trying to find that thing you were talking about.
Oh, puppy.
The big bull man notices his boss standing at the top of the tower, and he will fly out. So he's gonna be like, okay. Moves up a bit, still doesn't see anything, and goes, "What's up, Evie? You have the advantage. Press it."
I have the advantage. I would like to yeet another tangle, create and then yeet another tanglefoot bag at.
That guy,
Ace Blue.
just gonna tell you, he looks like a fresh-faced newbie. You could, like, Monastery could probably just suplex him into the ground.
Ah. Then this boy, Hobgoblin regular.
Yes,
Yes, let's yeet. Strike.
his
That would be a
his
bonus.
sharp glare burns into you as he like starts to go. Ah, you again.
Again. Okay, I'm a. Aww. A crit fail. I tried, y'all. Like when you throw a ball and then it just does what a foot of flight.
Just gonna ask you, you still have probably like an action or two left? Would you like to stay outside, exposed to the elements, or maybe move around the building away from line of sight?
Yeah, definitely moving away.
Tiri, what you do?
Hiding behind
Oh.
Amani.
That's a good plan. It's a good place to be safe.
I'm going to cast. Wait. I'm going to cast a sudden bolt on this guy.
Oh god, he's probably not gonna make it, but go ahead. He's probably gonna do that movie thing where like a little explosive charge hits him at the feet and he just jumps away dramatically.
Oh, baby.
Well, he jumps away dramatically in a good way, apparently. He takes half of that, but that still takes out like a huge portion of his health. He's critical as he slams into the ground behind himself. The guy next to him, the regular, probably yells at him to get the hell out of there, you dumbass. Koth is not yet done casting his preparations. Anyone who's paying attention to the tower would see him like leaning out, looking out. What does he want to cast himself? Well, he's already cast fly. He's already ready to start flying out there. He's got his mage armor on because you put that on at the start of the day. You put your mage armor on and go to work.
It's like putting on your clothes.
Does he have any spells that actually have any range to them? 30 feet, 120-foot line. Well, that would hit, but only one person, and it's a little excessive, you know.
Hmm.
Gosh, he has nothing that actually hits too far. They really got rid of all the long-range spells, didn't they? Well then,
Probably sick of people fireballing each other from the other side of it.
to be
like a
fair, he
field.
probably can't even. I mean, he could maybe see Tiri, and that's kind of it. Hey Tiri, how would you like to eat a lightning bolt? As from the tower crackles a spark and a warning that you won't make it out alive this time, gadget. Pew!
So we'll save 30. That's spicy.
It's a
Oh,
spicy
dear.
save, Tiri.
Damn.
I will use a hero point.
Holy shit! He rolled amazing on that lightning bolt.
Yeah, he
Wow.
was 3 damage off max. Yeah, I'm
Holy
definitely
crap!
hero pointing that.
Like,
We're,
there's a reason why he's the boss here.
I think he feels amazing today because that's one hell of a roll. All right, you take half of that then, which is
Yeah.
significantly less. Holy
That's-
crap!
22.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But that's all
Ow.
he does. This regular Snogu. I just want to know, how much do you like listen to him? Because he is like, he wants to coordinate so that all three attack at once. So if you don't act the way he wants you to, he'll sort of trip over himself trying to wait for you to follow orders.
Sagu's standing right now, Sagu's going to give him an order as soon as I get my turn.
God damn it! He just yells at you a couple of times. He wastes an action, like yelling at you a couple of times. He already has his weapons and equipment ready. Then he sort of charges in, going across the fence. Huh, huh. Actually, he's going to stop right here and sort of. Ooh. He's going to intimidate you. Monastery. He's going to look at you and go, "Oh, you naughty boy."
Evil.
However, I think Monastery is like, I don't care about being scared. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm got my super anti-frightening thing.
Up in the air is a Manticore. It probably hears the lightning bolts, like, nah. Because I think that's really yeah. There's like 2 lightning bolts going on at this point. It's gonna spend some actions seeking for things that don't exist, and then it turns around to see the fight and goes, "Oh, I should probably be over there." And it will go over and park itself on top of what remains of the tower. That's all it can do before it's run out of action. So, monastery.
More people should be there. I like that place. More people go there.
I'm just gonna beat up this weenie.
You can make it a move action. The fences are basically difficult terrain. Then you're fighting with a fence between the two.
Target weenie. Attack weenie.
Missed him by 1.
Yeah.
If only something had given you a +1 bonus.
And then
I mean,
just block.
no.
Monastery. You hear this guy, like, you see this guy point and yell at Snagu, like, why aren't you flank him? Get him! The recruit is big fucked up. Excuse him, he's gonna just crawl around the corner and try to bandage himself up from that lightning bolt. Ooh. This guy gonna put up a shield, charge in heroically. Gonna get you right in the back, Monastery. Hiya! Swoosh.
Well, if he's flanking, that hits.
That is a flank. That hits then. Also, my computer is being a bit sluggish.
Oh no.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes, especially when you're hosting a whole server.
Yep.
Monastery! Ouchies! Very small ouchies.
Not even got a shield blocking that.
Snagu.
Who cares?
Why aren't you flanking him? You should be flanking Monastery. Come on.
I don't know why I'm flanking. What's wrong with me?
Why aren't you following orders?
I'm a
Please don't go.
competitive recruit. I'm gonna. Can I? Will it cost me an action to pretend to hide the fact that I'm casting something?
I mean, all eyes are on you. So there are feats that let you cast spells more subtly, and you don't have those, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Silent spell and still spell, I
I
think
don't.
they are.
Like maybe if you had like cover, but you don't have cover. You have nothing to hide. To hide behind.
Okay, I'm gonna move. No, first I'm gonna cast. First I'm gonna cast. And I'm gonna. Oh, this is a mess. So,
Oh, I need
as
to...
far as I see, there are 2 people in the hallway. The 2 people.
Yeah,
The
but you
Minotaur
saw the
and
recruit go around the corner. He might still be there. So. Also, I need to mark off a spell on cost list because he used one. So yes, your fireball would catch 2 to 3 people.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually do cast. I will cast a fireball on the Minotaur.
Kaboom! Show me the goods. This guy better make a save critically. Well, there's no recruit to worry about no more. Ba-da-ba. Oh, someone crit failed their save, didn't they? Ooh, that's gonna sting.
Khaki boy.
Yeah, that's the big bull man. He critically failed, so he takes double.
Oh, no.
Scorch.
No.
He's not resistant to fire, so he immediately goes from full health to staggered. The Minotaur, on the other hand, the Manticore, excuse me, the Manticore takes only half. He's angry.
Oh,
Does he have fire
Minotaur,
resistance?
I'm gonna move here.
Mm-hmm. Cool. You look behind him like, hey, I'm providing support. I'm totally not stabbing you in the back. Winterwolf is still not quite sure what's going on. Doesn't see anything. It sees the Manticore leave. And by that point, some of the turn has passed. So it just comes around the corner and then just sees that, oh, there are people here to fight. You can tell that its mouth starts to drip and bleed a lot more, what's it called? Fog and such. Like it's charging something up. Big
Fog machine.
Oh no, it's a tailed beast bomb.
Big Minotaur is going to use powerful charge directly at you. Can it it strikes twice? Okay, cool. So it can move up to 50 feet. It strides up with the greatest of speed. And tries to get you with the axe on the follow through. Clang! That was
So
probably
that's
more
really cool.
of a duck dodge, if anything.
No, I like to think I blocked his axe with my shield.
I wouldn't recommend
Like
it. I would recommend
one of
deflecting it.
like one of those really cool impacts, so they hit it and there's like a dust cloud.
like your feet kick up a dust cloud. Ivy, they're all
Hello.
piling up on your boy.
Oh, piling up on my friends. Could I noom around here, maybe with one action? Then do me a little blight bomb situation and yeet it at our Minotaur friend.
Throw me the goods.
I am throwing you the goods. God dang it.
Well, good news. You still hurt him for 2 splash.
Oh, well, that's something.
See, that's the
something.
fun part of bombs. They always do something.
Okay. Did not expect that, honestly.
Cheery. You suddenly can't help but feel a little bit like the people you've been lightning bolting so far.
Well, I'm gonna use second level heal on my, the 2-action version of second level heal on myself.
By the way, being so close to the lightning bolt, the shed is like shaking and quivering.
Yeah.
Let's
So that's 2-action.
plus 16,
Check is not
Yeah,
having
plus plus 16.
full heal.
Oh yeah, full heal.
Marvelous.
And then gonna move over here. Oh,
Good move.
now I can see the action.
Ah, yes, the fight. I forgot about that.
Nice of you to join us, Terry.
Oh, we
Does-
have a mage shield.
Does Wormlord Koth have any? No, I mean he has one more lightning bolt up his sleeve, but if he uses that now, he's probably gonna hit like half of his men. Actually, he'll hit like 3 of his men, and all he'll do is hit Monastery. That's like a crappy uptrade. Ugh, ugh. Mr. Koth
What is he?
is floating. It's gonna be floating like 30-ish feet up in the air as he flies out of his tower. What kind of fly speed do you get from fly again? I think you get like a pretty good one. You get equal to your speed or 20. And his speed is 25, so he gets 25 fly speed. So let me just measure out where he approximately goes as he sets himself up. You know what? He's going to be over here-ish. You see a person fly from the tower to the northern watchtower, hiding behind the debris of what sticks up out of it. So he's setting himself up, and then he casts shield just in case he needs it. Vroop. The regular. Okay, at this point, the regular turns to Snagu. Like he looks over shoulder as he has a shield up. First thing he takes, shield, ray shield. He looks at you, Snagu. He's like, "Get him!"
I'm supporting you. Can't you see? I'm a bard.
He's going to waste an action, essentially trying to figure you out. You see him like squint really. Can I just roll perception, please? Thank you. Okay, cool, great, amazing. Snagu, what is your deception modifier? Oh, it's 20.
Perception was like 20.
22. Okay, cool. He's figured you out, and
What about the +4 from the disguise?
oh no. Well, then he still
Yeah, plus,
then he misses it by
Oh no, the dummy.
He-
Oh, poor bugger.
He gives you a very strong look. Then he's like, you know what? Last chance, Buckaroo. And then he goes to grab Monastery. He's like, oh come on.
it
You-
was it's a 33 actually. It was a 29 plus 4.
Oh my goodness. He tries to hit Monastery, completely and utterly botches it. He's like, you're outnumbered. We have you surrounded. And Monastery just goes swish. How evil is a Manticore? How much would they just be okay killing everyone in the local area with a volley of spikes? Nah.
Depends how well
It's very messy down there. Like, there's a big man, there's 2 small men. That wolf is gonna go in there in a moment. It's just gonna sit over here-ish, kind of scoot in a little bit, and then it looks at Evie and gives you a death glare.
Oh no, the Manticore has stage fright.
No, the Manticore makes you frightened 1. Does your thing apply, Monastery?
I don't think so. I think only I get the resistance, the automatic decrease, but at the end of my turn, it will go down an extra one if they're within 15 feet. I
Cool.
think they are.
They are. So, Evie, you are frightened by this creature looking at you and taking stock of the situation. Monastery. These guys are annoying.
Yeah, they're very annoying. But they're also, not relevant compared to the big Minotaur.
Does he get the
So-
flank bonus from me?
Yes, he does.
Uh,
However, the big
Yeah,
Minotaur
okay.
is a lot easier target and also has been hurt a lot more. You know, he
Yeah,
crit
I'm
failed
gonna-
that fireball save.
gonna take on the Minotaur. They're kind of more important. So, eh.
Oh, ooh,
Big slashy.
yeah, a big slash right across his abs. He doesn't look too
Another
healthy.
slash. Nope.
That's gonna be a piercing.
The Minotaur is definitely looking pretty spicy right about now.
Also, because it's the end of my turn, Evie's not scared anymore.
Evie, you're not scared
Because I'm
anymore.
just looking so heroic with that nice crit.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that heroic friend you have.
That's my pal.
Malpal. This regular is going to spend an action stepping, raising a shield. He's going to give the Minotaur the flank here. Actually, he's going to do something risky. He's going to try to trip you.
Oh.
Oh.
This fails. He's like, you know what? If I can trip him, we can all get the benefits. Snuggu, what do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna wait one more turn for more people to get here.
Sure. I mean, let me just double check how the wolf.
While
The wolf is going to get closer, definitely.
can I move and then hold my action? Is that a thing?
What do you want to hold?
I wanna hold my fire breath, so as soon as more people are here, I wanna burn everyone.
If it's a one action thing, you can hold it. Otherwise, you have to delay.
No, it's 2 action. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack.
Holding
This
action
should
is
be
plus
here,
1
goodbye.
action.
Okay, can I get all of these people in? If I move here, can I get? Can you move?
You want to get all these people in a line?
Yes. Can I get somehow all of them in a line?
You can
without
get these 3 in the line if you do it from here, yes. But you can't get the keys way too awkward to hit them. You can
he's
sort
like-
of get them. Sure, go for it.
If-
You can aim up because the guy in the back is really tall. So.
It's not a strong spell, so I'm just gonna go for it.
Well, it's a 30-foot line. Sorry to disappoint you, but that won't hit the Manticore. But it will hit all these guys. Ow, oof.
Wouldn't you've heard?
Jesus
Nope.
Christ, this guy can't make sense. Well, he's probably
Minotaur
dead.
is having a terrible day.
So, fun fact, if he hadn't crit filled that, he wouldn't have died. Ooh. Oh, wait, I gave everyone 10. Oh, whoops. That's not the idea. Take your hit points back. No, not 5, 2, 10. The other ones, well, one of them crit succeeds. The other one only succeeds. He takes it. There we go. Well, the Minotaur falls over dead as grim tendrils lick at his wounds and cause such agitated bleeding that he just goes boom on the ground. That's one problem less. They put up a shield.
Bye, bro.
Seeing your betrayal, the wolf jumps over the rock. How fast does it move? Get it?
Probably very.
It's 40. It's like a wolf. It jumps over here, jumps on top of the creature with like its 4 paws, and then it exhales this. Like a 15 cone of Snuggle, and the regulars all get to make me against the breath weapon. That's a DC 23
Another breath.
reflex save on the 2 of you. Ooh, ow. And
Saves,
Hey.
reflex.
Oh no, Snuggu.
Monastery.
Can I reroll that?
That's a crit fail, by the way, Snuggle. And if you have a hero point, please reroll that.
Yeah,
I'm
please.
using it.
There we go.
From crit failure to success. Nice. Okay, so one of these
My pet too.
guys takes half. One of these guys takes full. Yeah, oh man, that's gonna sting. Ugh. Don't forget, Monastery takes half, and Snogu takes half. The creature then looks over you, its mouth dripping with condensation. Can't use it again for 1d4 rounds.
Just hide behind the shield and let all the cold brush off it.
Wait, where's the damage? I'm sorry. I can't find
The
it.
27 up there.
Yeah.
For some reason, the
It's on
Hobgoblin
top of
regular is accredited to damage, but
Yeah, it's weird, but
Eevee. The thing just breathed over your friends. It's a big, cold-looking wolf. Maybe something hot would do a good job.
hot chocolate.
We can't hear Eevee, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
you did again.
ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Fart noise.
She's in the meme channel.
Oh,
Everything zooms in on the end.
Microphones, they don't exist.
Who's ever heard of a microphone? Not me. That's just silly.
Oh, she's
The
talking.
wolf is warp. The cap ship.
I mean, Alchemist Fire, Capsaicin. A lot of ways to get fire damage. If, you want to set a dog on fire. Mick, I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about here. Yes. Hey.
Oh wait, can you hear us? Or...
They're talking in-game chat.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They can hear us.
We're about to see. So, if there's any situation where an alchemist is just one hell of a dirty motherfucker, it's persistent damage and elemental weaknesses. Holy shit, are they just the rudest tooge you'll find? Because every time that persistent damage ticks by, they take the weakness on top. Oh! Fuck.
Plus, they've got like
Okay, so that's not a critical hit on the wolf, because that is against the regular, and that's the okay, what? Sorry. Just checking. Okay, cool. I appreciate that the Hobgoblin's asking. Am I getting it? Wolf! Okay, then it's a regular hit. Regular hit. Uh-oh. God damn it, dog. You're not supposed to tell people about that.
Bark, regular hit,
They're
bark.
having a conversation.
I'm a puppo. Let's see. So that is 2d4 plus 2. 2d8 plus 2. So that's 6. Plus 10, it takes 11. It then takes 2 persistence fire damage. Every single turn. The dog is on fire now.
that's good.
This dog
frozen
is
dog
on
is on fire.
fire.
Do you notice that it's icy cold fur? It's icy cold fur burns as easily as dry tinder.
Everything full of fog.
So Terry, what do I
Okay.
do?
Elemental motion. I'm gonna show that flying guy. What's that?
Oh my fucking god!
You go up 25 feet in the air.
You make yourself a hell of an easy target. Hilarious! I love it.
I like
Got
how
eat
Tyrese have
it,
the
everyone.
anime fight over there.
Yeah, there's some Dragon Ball Z going on. Firing beams at each other, flying around.
What is your third action?
No, that. Wait, where actually is the?
He's like over here. He's hiding behind the ruins. Actually, you could technically see him if you went up 25 feet. Yeah, you can see him. Hiding behind the remains of the North Tower.
Okay. And then I'm gonna chuck some rock at him.
Ow! Damn, Sonny! Ow.
And then
Oh.
30 damage.
That's not a critical damage, by the way, so that becomes 30.
Yeah.
So this
Oh.
motherfucker just gets fucking beamed for 30 fire damage. By the way, he's not staggered, but he does definitely feel a blow like that in the morning. Ow.
That's all my focus gone.
Whoops. Seems you're out of go-go juice for the time being. Well, you've made yourself a
What
lovely...
way to use it?
Since apparently, well, luckily for you, Koth is one of those kinds of people. So when you do that, he's like, oh. You know what he's going to do? He's going to float in a little closer just to say hello. Then he points at you. Okay, well, here. I'll put him here so everyone can see that he's there. He points at you, and he's going to give you something real nasty. So, you like toying with the best? Wow! He throws blindness at you. Please roll me for it.
34.
Okay, I have to crit to succeed this.
Well, as long as you don't crit fail it, you're fine.
Oh,
I will use a hero point to reroll that.
Please do.
yeah, please.
You are
God dang.
permanently blinded as the searing magic sinks into your form. Now, good news, you can still aim a lot of spells like lightning bolt, but you can't use anything that requires you to see your target. I guess you could theoretically aim at something if you have a good enough suspicion where they are, but I'm going to turn off your token's vision. Because
Nice.
guess who can't see no more? Can you see anything?
No. Well, I still have like that fog of war effect. Like I can see where the terrain is, but I can't see where anyone is.
You know what I'm going to give you?
Yeah, you.
I'm going to give you a mission angle. Oh my god, sight angle. Okay, so I can't actually limit your vision without setting darkness. Okay, well, cool. I'll just set that off. You have no idea where you are anymore. You're floating in the air, and honestly, if it wasn't for your innate sense of balance, you'd float to the ground at some point. This regular is very distracted because he just noticed that someone behind him just did mean stuff. He's like, man, this is fucking sucks. What would be a smart move? Well, Snagu doesn't look like a little kobold, so he doesn't know that Snagu is like actually really easy to grab and strangle. So he's gonna throw up shield. Kind of he jumps over this fence, just takes a little bit of cover behind it, and then very, very weakly tries to go for you, Monastery, just to get you away. You can tell that he's not putting in his
Very
best, because the Manticore up here. Let's take a look-see. You know, it's enjoying the view. You guys are idiots. Look at you. You get all frozen over, getting hit with all kinds of things. Doesn't increase until both attacks. It's gonna sit up here, and just gonna throw some spikes around. It's until its second attack. It deals damage with a single spike, but the target is pinned in place. Okay, cool. Monastery. He doesn't like he likes you just where you are. But you plink his spikes off your shield, avoiding getting pinned by these sharp things that would pin you to the ground. I should probably give it a bar to register how many spikes he has, but he has 10 left on his little tail. Then he just sits there, taking cover on this fine stage. Monastery, what do you do?
There's a lot of boys.
There are a lot of boys.
There's one flying boy, one doggo boy. I could try moving forward to fight the wolf, but I probably should take care of at least one of these weenies. So I'm gonna start by attacking this guy. Oh, come on, really?
Missed by 4.
Well, if it's by 4, then instead I'm gonna put up my stance. At least attempt to.
Everyone, Stand firm. What is the standard difficulty check for your level? It is 22. You succeeded. Everyone in your area becomes strong in terms of attacking.
Everyone gets a +1 attack roll and saves against mouth. Well, Snogu does.
This guy got
It's
hit
plus
by a wolf breath. He's gonna just okay. He kind of loses his shit because he was pretty sure there was no one bad behind him. So you watch him sort of fall over. Effectively, he falls backwards. Like, what is that? Whoa! As he ducks out of the way, realizes that it was just the wolf being a jerk. And you know what? Fine, you have him. And decides that he is going to hide behind a rock somewhere. He drops his weapons along the way, presumably going to reach for that short bow on his back. Longbow, actually. Effectively, he's like, you know what? I'm done being a frontline fighter. You guys seem to want to fight in the front. You do it. Wah. Snuggu.
I'm still trying to figure out what to do. Okay, I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna do signature spell, sudden bolt on the big boy.
On whomst this big boy is.
The one who made my friend laugh.
Fair enough. Why get rid of enemies when you can attack the biggest, strongest guy instead?
I mean,
Why win the action economy race when you can just bully a big, strong man?
I wanna bully the big strong man.
Go ahead.
Actually, no. I will cast slow on him instead.
Handsome.
That seems useful, so I don't
Show
have
me the
to-
goods.
So I don't have to think about it.
Well, that is technically his worst save. Success.
technically.
He is still
Boo.
slowed for one round, so he still loses an action.
He's got the same fortitude save as I do. And that's concerning.
He's a boss. What do you think he's gonna be?
Yeah.
Well, Snagu, you notice him slow down a little bit, but there you go.
That's it. I'm done.
Big Wolf. First and foremost, he burns for 5. What?
Can it take 7?
It jumps. Well, because it has 2 persistent fire damage, and has weakness 5 to fire because its white cold fur burns very easily. In a single leap, it hops towards Eevee and goes for a jaw strike. Chomp. Eevee's AC is actually 24, so it fails that.
Puppy. Puppy wants a hug.
Puppy gets
Puppy
a hug.
really wants a hug.
Chomp.
No.
Its icy cold fangs are like bitter knives that stab into you.
I can reduce that by 8. So,
You know what? I'll be nice and say that he's actually here so you can do your retributive strike. How about that?
aw, how nice. Why would target that guy?
Stop! Shoot! Also, that's a critical hit because you're flanking it, so go nuts.
Vengeance.
Don't
Don't
bully
hurt
my
my
friends! If you want to, you can imagine. Okay, the dog is now critical. It's looking pretty haggard. I think it's only appropriate that the dog decides if it's... Actually, no, this thing is actually a pretty tough guy. It's going to wait until it's at critical before... Eevee, you're standing next to a big wolf. And he bit you! And then your friend said, actually, you're not bitten at all.
Well, you are, just not as much.
How much you
Oh,
can
I
reduce
can
it by
see
again?
now.
8.
So that would have been... Okay, so that goes to 26. Cool. Gotcha. Time to unflank him. Well, you're already flanking it. I was being nice about it. But there we go. Wolf still on fire, crispy, burning.
That burning hair smell.
Personally, I like the idea of this dog is made of ice, but also he's on fire.
Which is really cool looking.
Listen, Alt-click selects targets. You can also use the unselect target, please. I don't know what that regular did to you, but stop pulling him. Anyway, you hit the wolf. This poor man is just getting... Also, you're technically attacking a corpse on top of it. Oh man, that's great. Show me the damage. As you give this wolf another reason to leave. It's actually kind of surprised that you're this good with a knife, because you were throwing bombs, and it's like people who throw bombs are cowards. And it's like actually, ow, he can stab.
Extra stabbies.
It's actually not a bad stab, all things considered. Terry, you can't see shit.
I can see. For some reason, my vision is tied to Evie's token.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's that happen.
Oh, I will pretend I can't see it, and I will chuck a fireball at the
Well,
in
what?
the vague direction of where he last was.
Now I'm gonna give you one thing. He is like yelling at Snagu for trying to cast slow on him. So yeah, sure. You have a vague idea where he is.
Okay.
He's yelling in slow motion.
Wormlord Koth suddenly feels a little spicy. Oh god, that's a good save, and he failed it. He feels very spicy. Wormlord Koth is now at staggered health. He is below half.
I am going to remember to use my bloodline.
Yeah.
Was it my bloodline thing?
Blood magic.
Extra
And I'm
3 damage.
yeah, extra 3 damage.
Hey, listen, we've seen many characters survive on 1 hit point before.
Every damage counts.
He is still not critical, but he is definitely staggered. He's definitely you can tell that his morale is sinking into his shoes a bit. Like the big Minotaur is dead. One of his dudes just ran away like a coward, and he has no idea why the Manticore is being so coy about things.
It's just being a cat.
I'm also gonna go back to the toilet. So
I want to go be back to the ploy, but I'm the game master. I don't get that luxury.
Well, go pee.
Shut up. You'll never stop me. I'm an adult. What?
I'm blind anyway, so I shouldn't really be able to tell what's going on.
For some reason, this guy is a scroll summon animal, but I did not write down what level he's casting it at, so... Oh, wait, I should... God damn it, he cast that. He doesn't have a slot for that left. Okay, it's heightened to 6 before you can target multiple creatures. Let's cast a Fundle spell. Monastery. This guy's like, okay, you know what? Since you like fighting me so much, how about you fight among each other? Monastery. His evil finger points towards you as he unleashes a spell that you have been confronted with before, in a sense.
Oh, God damn it.
Confusion. Your brain becomes addled with his evil magic as he clouds your judgment and changes the world. Can you resist it?
I'll do my best. I'm gonna spend a hero point before, so I get +4. That way it's less of an insane
Yes.
request.
Can I give
Sorry.
you mine as well, so you're +8?
Sure. I let people pump and dump. If you really want to go for it, go nuts.
Okay, so this will have a +8.
No.
You know what? Don't you have another +1 from your energy field? Because this is mental, right?
Yeah, so it'll be a 29.
Does anyone want to give you encouraging words so that you succeed?
You got this, Monastery.
Evie,
Yes.
Evie, as you feel your mind falter, Evie, as they are busy stabbing a wolf,
Bad puppy, bad puppy.
it's like focus on the fire, Monastery. Listen to that soothing, crisping crackle, and the wolf probably. The wolf does speak common, so it probably starts shouting at her that it's not very crispy and relaxing when it's on me.
Bark, bark.
And Monastery, of course, being the hero that he is like, wait a minute, you can't talk to a lady like that. You are stunned 1. You lose 1 action on your next turn, but you do not become confused, which, by the way, means I get to say who you attack, which could be Snagu.
Yeah, probably don't want that.
Wormlord Koth is surprised at your resilience, at your cooperation of spending communal resources to build to a single goal. This regular saw his boss just get fireballed. Also, wait a minute. Why did no one remind me? He is slowed. He couldn't have done any of that. Because guess what? The range on that is 30 feet. He's up in the air. He can't target you.
Oh, okay. So we
So,
all get our hero points back.
Everyone gets their hero points back. I completely forgot this motherfucker could not do any of that. Marvelous.
Meanwhile, in another timeline, we were all really cool.
In the meanwhile, on another timeline, the power of friendship.
Did I get
Yeah.
confused?
No. He's instead just gonna cast Daze on you, because he likes
Yeah,
bullying
me-
you.
Oh, mean.
Okay.
Very
That's
good.
gonna be a killer headache. Aw, you roll poopy. So you take 8 damage, and you lose your next action,
Okay.
as he essentially just keeps bullying you, like, you're blind, you can't see, you'll run out of spells eventually. Nya. The actual
Now,
nya is, seeing that the wolf is still on fire, it beats its wings, makes this massive leap into the air, and then comes crashing down on top of Monastery. Don't forget, I didn't forget about the hobgoblin. Monastery, his claws down to the ground as he lands on top of you. God, why is everyone targeting this man?
I'm the tank. I've got aggro.
There. No, nobody's targeting anyone. Nobody's targeting anyone. Go away. Anyway, 24 doesn't hit you. You. I don't know how, but you're able to block a lot of very large creature attacks. The veteran standing behind you, he just does a little duck and roll behind, because he saw you do that retributive strike. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna raise my shield and I'm gonna get this boy right in the back. Pew! Wow, I think even
You're lucky-
Snoggo's armor class is good enough for that.
You're lucky you only get one reaction, kid.
Snoggo, he doesn't even hit you. Man, what a loser.
What are you doing behind me? What's your issue?
Monastery, what do you do? Oh, this
Well,
Manticore's on the ground.
I'm stuck between a pop and a hard place. Probably dealing with the wolf first is the best idea, since it's, flanked. Pettins. I'm gonna get my pettin stick. By which I mean a
Stick.
sword.
Oh,
Good
that's a
choice.
solid blow.
That's not. 2 ones, baby.
I'm gonna put it like this. Once that fire gets to the wolf, it's gonna have to make a morale check, because it is basically going to get critical health, and it's not in a good place.
So yeah, I can tell it's starting to run out of steam.
You
so
you
I'm
can
gonna
definitely tell that it's gonna have like a conflict of interest next turn.
And then I'm gonna switch focus onto the Manticore and go with the second one. I keep forgetting to add the +1 from my status bonus, but oh well. No, that would have missed anyway.
The regular up here is like, nah, I'm hiding. I'm safe. I have my bow out. He takes an action. He has to spend an action to get his bow out first, though. He's like, who do I go for? Well, Monastery, so far you've been the deadliest thing around here. So in terms of like things he can hit easily, Snoggo's like way in the back there. Man, they're really starting to lose their nerve. You can tell. Snoggo, the guy next to you.
I mean,
Can
I'll
I,
be getting frustrated too.
can I do a little walk-see around him and go out of the map? I need to go out of the map.
Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I want to do a fire breath and get all of these 2 guys in it.
How big is your fire breath?
30.
Cone?
Yep.
I'll let you have all of them if Monastery's okay with it.
Yeah, sure, go for it. I've got
How
health
are we
to
with
spare
health
at the moment.
Okay, cool.
I'm basically at full health. and I still have
Snoggo,
a shield.
we're just gonna assume you're like over here, breathing fire. This guy is probably out of steam after this, because he's getting a face full of fire.
Oh man, the 30-foot arrow is back.
How lovely. Oh God, he failed it too.
I very failed it.
Okay, he's definitely out of it. And the Winter Wolf.
I'll give Monastery a hero point actually to realize.
Oh, this is fire damage. Oh gosh, poor wolf. I think he's dead.
Yeah, it's a good enough save.
The wolf is actually not dead. It's at 1 hit point. It's out of here, man. It's not gonna fight with that. That's hurting.
And
Oops.
the
I did
monster
that
is
wrong.
growing dragon scales, so monster gets a +1 AC.
Marvelous. The Winter Wolf has had enough, and it's going to get the hell out of here.
There we go.
You know, there's a point in your life where you have to make the decision that this ain't worth it no more. It's gonna beckon and weave its way through the fortress to get out, because line of sights. Evie, puppy is running away. And probably not gonna fuck with you guys again. You gave it a good reason not to.
You can go after him if you want, but it's probably a
Sure.
bad idea. They're
I mean-
very fast.
I mean, you could catch up with it if you want to.
Make a few diplomacy
Think
checks,
of
try to
all
get a
the-
friend.
Actually, I would allow nature checks as well.
From him.
Also, I forgot the wolf's still on fire. So,
Oh, the wolf is
um,
dead.
technically speaking, the wolf is like unconscious, but or if you want to, he's dying. If not, he's just like crispy. He's out of the fight. Is all that matters. Tries to run away, catches on fire. Whew, gone. Marvelous. What do you want to do, Evie? Maybe you want to flank that guy to help you find out. Can I whip out a juice? Sure. Get those 10 hit points. And let's see. Juggernaut. Juggernaut. Lesser. Moderate. 10 temporary hit points. You get a +2 to fort saves. Duration is 10 minutes. Cool. Dizzy, what the hell are you listening to?
Yeah, what's happening?
Sorry. Can you guys hear that through the microphone? I'm wearing a headset.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a dumb video. How to do buttons.
I gotta go to the bathroom, actually. It's bad. I gotta go now.
Go party!
I'm back, baby.
Wow.
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 Amazing. What do you want to do? What do you want, a bibbidi bobbidi boo?
turn is it now?
Eevee's, I think.
Yep. Still Eevee. Nah, that's good. I'll give you your temporary hit points. I will just keep it in mind that you got a +2 to fort saves, which means you're hard to push and hard to shove.
Okie doke.
It takes 2 actions to do. 1 to make it, 1 to use it. You have 1 action left. How do you want to spend it? Maybe flank that Manticore.
Got barely any health.
Listen, it's not about the health you got. It's about the attitude you got to give. Terry.
So
2
I
actions.
realized I have a way around being blind.
Hmm?
I'm gonna turn into a mantis. 'Cause they have imprecise scent of 30 feet.
That's quite a move, but sure.
It'll work.
Are you still
Better
up
than
in
no
the air?
sense.
Yes, I'm a jet-powered mantis.
Yang yang. You know
And
where he
then-
is.
And I only have 1 action left, but I'm gonna use that to get right up in the
Weren't you stunned from daze?
Master's face. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Um,
Daze makes me lose an action, doesn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's my
Uh,
entire turn. Then.
Kotha doesn't know what to think about this. But you know what? He likes your attitude.
You know, mantises can fly.
Can they? Yeah, they can.
They got wings.
Gosh, he really just wants to cast You know what? You know what? Here, this one's for you. Monastery. Kapow.
Oh.
Oh god.
Well, it's not a crit. It's not a crit. I have 28. Thanks to Snoggo. So, only enfeebled 1.
You actually have to roll me a fort save.
Oh, do I?
If they succeed, the target attempts a fort save. It's one of those combos where you roll an attack and then you roll a save.
Oh, okay.
The DC is 30.
Well, I'm using my hero point.
It's a great time to.
Oh, it's not a crit fail. That's fine.
You are enfeebled too for a minute, as your muscles just can't feel but a little bit flimsy. This regular is out of here. He's been bashed and bruised. Things might turn around, but he doesn't really take that chance. So
Renounce your evil ways.
he practically pushes his way past Sanago and leaves the encounter.
But you haven't tried picking me up yet. Oh no, I look like a hub.
You're still in disguise, if I'm correct. The Manticore, noticing your newly weakened state, rears up and tries to slam himself on top of you for a trip. I think Monastery's prone now.
Well, my
Reflex.
don't I have the fortitude bonus? Or
Reflex.
Yeah, I'm boned then.
He knocks you on the floor and then he rakes his claws. But your armor is strong, and for some reason, no one can ever hit Monastery.
I'm doing my job.
Monastery. If it wasn't for you, your friends might be dead, because holy shit, are you just eating all the damage or negating it?
Well, 1, tripping me is not. It's not nice. Don't. So I get up.
He gets up in the morning.
There
In
we
my
go.
defense, I've been trying to preoccupy the
You-
spellcaster.
And you've been very successful at it.
Or if I'm enfeebled 2, I can still make 1 attack. Semi-decently, with it being flanked.
The Manticore feels the slash.
Not as punchy as usual, but, you know.
The guy over here spends one action taking cover behind this rock. He's gonna shoot once a monastery using his most accurate shot for you. And then his second shot will go for Evie. Evie, you're hit! Kapow! Ooh. So,
Yeah.
maximum blow.
Gasp.
Ouch! Man, I love those little damage numbers. They're hilarious.
Yeah, they're cute.
Snuggu. You've scared one of them off with your mighty breath. It's very stinky.
Power.
Oh,
I want to
stinky.
block the death, but okay. I'm gonna do hydraulic push as a signature spell on the Manticore.
Careful that you don't shove him into Evie.
Oh no, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna move up a bit. As soon as I...
Do a little cartwheel up the hill.
Yep.
Oh,
And I'm gonna do hydraulic
stinky.
push as a signature spell on this beast of a man.
Ah. Wormlord Koth has
No.
monstrous armor class, for he is a big, strong fighting man, as well as well, not a. Point is, he has good armor class.
Okay. that
He
was
honestly
it.
could go toe to toe with Monastery, if anything. Evie,
Tough boy, tough boy.
the Manticore is actually like on the brink of becoming staggered, like almost at half. So you can unleash a flurry of dagger blows if you want to.
Big stabbies.
3 dagger stabs. Oh,
That's
that's
a
a.
juicy stab.
Actually, you have a status bonus from you, and it's flat-footed, so I think that's a 33, which hits it for critically. So critical hit, please.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
This is one of those Dark Souls butthole backstabs. Oh man, that's a really good blow.
Oh,
The knife might be small, but my fury is great.
little stabby.
Oh,
Still mad about the puppy
stinky.
running away.
You still have 2 actions. Oh my god, the 4 eyes.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Many flurries of daggers. Don't forget that you have to push the button that has the -4, I think, because it's a dagger. It's yeah. The MAP -4, the MAP -8. Since every attack increases the difficulty to land another blow. But hey, if you roll 20, you always hit. Pretty much always. Anyways, go ahead, roll if you want to do something with those actions. You got 2 left. That reminds me, I need to keep track of time. The total.
You can do a second attack, but you take -5 to the accuracy. And then you can do it again for another -5.
It's 1, 2. Today's day 3.
Probably a good plan.
Elixir of life. Go ahead. 2 attacks are a lot illegal. You can make as many attacks you want to.
At the big chug.
Look at a bit orange. Yeah. If you want to use an elixir of life, I think you have access to the lesser, which is 3d6 plus 6. Take you 2 actions to use. Yeah, you can throw a healing bomb at someone if you want to, but you
Would
I mean,
hit
I've
the
got-
Manticore as well.
I've got way more health than you do. I'm fine.
just
You can heal yourself.
give it a sip. Give yourself a 17 sip. Eh. Glug glug glug. I love those green numbers for heals. That's also nice. Terry,
Yeah.
Well,
you can smell them.
I can. Well, I'm gonna go fly right up to him.
Oh, stinky.
I am loving this anime battle going on down here.
Yeah.
People turning into bugs.
And then, yeah, I'm gonna go up to him and slash at him.
Some fucking Power Rangers shit.
Oh my god.
If it works, it works. If you look cool, that's even
So there's
better.
one thing I don't quite know yet. I know that originally, if you're using an imprecise sense, something is always considered. But is he concealed or is he? Makes sense. Because fakes imprecise senses, cool. You can set automatically with usually you can set automatically, but as the hidden condition instead of the observed condition. I think hidden is still the DC 10 though, or 11. Hidden.
Okay.
Imprecise sense. You must make a DC flat 11 check to hit him. That does hit him if you get that 11 or higher. So DC 20. It's got to be 11 or higher. Ooh. Unfortunately.
Can I use my final hero point?
Yeah, sure. Go nuts, Mr. Anime. Flipping coins here.
Oh my god.
The coin hates your guts. You have one more action.
Beansed it.
Well, if I can still sense him,
Yeah.
can I use Clinging Ice?
Okay, show me the spell.
Can you cast as a bug?
Yeah, didn't we find out last time you can't cast spells
Yeah.
when you're in?
Oh, it's like, oh yeah, 'cause I can't, and
You can't.
semantically I can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have hands.
Blast these claws. Go ahead, kids. Show me the goods. If you want to make another attack, you should have an action left.
Yeah, I have one more action yet. So that would be plus. What was it? 8? So 11 then.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, that's a miss anyway. So again, big armor class in this guy. Terry, cock. He probably admires your go get him attitude. I know I would. He was gonna cast deafness on you because it's funny, but no, he's like, oh man, you're actually really annoying to deal with. What? If you guys weren't in like the wrong kind of line, he would have been lightning bolting you. Why are you so mean about this? Let a man have it. He's gonna fly over a little bit, just like, ooh, get out of here, you nasty boy. I think I used this version, so okay, cool. That one's also spent. Gosh, what does he have that's actually good for this situation? I mean, he can always still cast Confusion. You know what? Snuggu, since you look like you have vitality in you, would you like to make me a roll against Confusion?
Well, I don't think I can even make that.
Well, if you just don't critically fail, you can make saves at the end of your turn every time. Holy shit!
Oh my god! The hero!
Fucking anger baby here.
What? What are you trying to do?
This you hear spell casting in the distance, and then you hear it punctuated with a loud "fuck." How?
Too dummy to be confused.
Can you blame the guy who ran away, who was like, "This looks bad"? The large Manticore. He's gonna try to bite you. While his rear claws are kicking. Oh my god.
Dink, 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 dink.
No, that last one is for Eevee. I think doesn't have any armor class bonuses, so they get hit with a feet claw.
And then I reduce that by 8, and I can stab him.
I forgot about that. What a terrible time to forget about that.
Stab.
Monster is being a tank, a damager, and a healer all in one.
I don't think I've done any healing yet. I've just kind of reduced damage.
Monastery, it's your turn. You're still enfeebled, but you're doing amazing.
I'm doing my best.
And your best is raising the ceiling here.
Continue Operation Stabbing. Oh, that's more like it.
The Manticore looks critical. You're flanking, that still hits.
Yeah, and I have the +1 from
Yup.
my stance. Well, that one's a weenie hit.
I don't think it matters much. I'm going to see what the Manticore is going to do. It's going to stick around. This regular over here watches this Manticore get bludgeoned 3 times by this freaking bug man. You know what? Considering how bad things are going, and like his boss just failed ace, like Snagu making that save is terrifying in its own right. He's seen this guy cast spells, and entire like lines of recruits just get incinerated. So he's like, okay, these guys are really bad news. How do I want to stay here? Yeah, we can do this. Go team!
Man,
This one's for
got
you,
respect for this
Monastery.
guy.
Monastery, did that hit you?
Yeah, I have 28, so
You got hit.
well, it's probably 27 now. The Snogu buff's
But
worn off.
27. No, it hasn't been my turn yet.
Oh, okay, then it would be. But
Snagu,
Now you don't have it anymore.
you lose one action, but you still have two enough, which is enough to cast the spell.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I have 2 focus points. Do I have to use each one of them for a different thing, or can I use the same thing twice?
I think you can use the same thing twice.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Can I fire breath this specific person because I don't like him?
You want to, I mean, well, if you're using Dragon Breath, that's 2 actions, by the way.
Dragon breath, yes.
That's
Oh,
you.
no,
You,
I have
you also only have 1 focus left, so. Gosh, your spell list is a mess. You have so many spell points. You've got prepared, arcane, spontaneous, arcane. You have a wand, several scrolls, and then your normal spell casting, and your focus, just in case.
he's got ammo.
Go ahead, spew your fire on Koth.
Yeah, sure. I can't hit him with anything else. I would rather do that. Fire spells. Fire.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could use a flaming sphere, try to like jump it up into like a skateboard trick.
Oh no.
Ooh, made about 1.
Can I
He's a
use
fireball
hero
with rocket
point
jump.
to deny that?
If you have a hero point, you really want to, sure, why not?
I have 1 hero point left and I really want.
Cool, but you spend it before you see what the damage is.
I didn't roll damage yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You spend the point now before you know how bad your damage is.
13.
Still not bad. Koth is critical.
And I'm giving 1 armor class to Monster.
Monastery, hold on.
Thank you.
Evie, the big boy in front of you look like one more of those masterful stabs is going to do it. So go ahead, make your actions count. No!
Dab at it. Yeah. Yeah.
High stab at it. I'm dad.
No.
You can't escape your fate. Well, you still have 2 actions, so you can still make more stabs.
If you believe hard enough.
Don't forget to push the MAP +4 button for the second one and MAP -8 for the third one, because increases over time. But you know, as I said, if you roll 20, generally speaking, it always gets the job. That actually hits. So roll me damage. Because you're flanking him and you get that +1 bonus from Monastery being really cool. Oh gosh, he's down to... Listen, if you just hit him with that third attack, he's gone. Just hit him.
With a fist?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
This-
I don't think the third one's gonna hit.
Actually, on a 20, it would have hit.
Oh yeah. Crit fishing though.
Thierry, considering he just yelled fuck really loudly, I think you know where he is.
Heck.
I'm the boss monster. I get to swear all I want.
Well,
Oh no,
I'm
he is
gonna-
evil.
is that actually? Can I actually move there because he's faster than me? I can. I go up to him, and I'm going to try and grapple him. Yeah, grapple.
I appreciate your go get him attitude there, Buckaroo.
Gotta
This-
believe.
How do I do that?
Well, it's an athletics check against his 40C,
Yeah.
which is 23. You still have to make that DC 11 check to do it, though. Because again,
Well, because I'm a mantis, my athletics check is higher than normal.
oof.
So
Oof.
I'm gonna roll that then.
In the meantime, I'm like hastily looking up what can
Well, if you can see him, you'll get him.
roll that DC 11 check.
Grapple him.
No.
Man, that check is cursed. You could try again. You have one action left, but you will have an MAP on this.
Okay, then I'm just gonna try and shove him this time.
Just shove him towards the ground. I can probably run up and hit him.
Exactly, that's what I'm gonna try and do. It's athletics check again,
Yeah, with a multiple attack penalty.
and it's, I think that makes it 8. 24.
That's enough to grab him. You just need that flat check to work
No,
out.
that was a shove
Oh. Oh, okay, cool.
to the ground.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, sure. Roll me the flat check anyway. Listen, everyone watches this Mantis Man fight the air because, you know, it takes some time to get used to be, but you know what? Koth has had enough of this.
Wait, can I have a question?
Yes.
How does concentration work in?
If a spell must be
Warcraft?
sustained, then you must spend an action to sustain it.
Concentration?
Is fly sustained? I think it's just fire and forget. Fly is fire and forget.
Okay.
So, Koth flies down a little bit, gets you all nicely lined up, and fires off his final warning.
His
Which-
bowling ball.
His upcast lightning bolt. I think the damage isn't going to be correct. Oh, wait, it does do it correctly. Cool! Hey, Monastery! Hey, Evie! Big Boss Man is
Oh.
angry.
My reflex is +8, so this is going to be messy.
The
Oh no.
the Manticore is incinerated by this massive blast of lightning. He had like 4 hit points left, so I think 10 times that would kill him.
Ah,
Oh man, I don't think you can use your shield for that though.
I can. Well, if it's a
Well, if you have, I think there are feats for it, yes, but normally not. No.
Oh, Evie succeeds.
Evie has the benefit of this massive Manticore that's in the way.
oh yeah, physical attack. So
Evie takes half. I will apply it for you. Man. Somehow, Evie is still standing. Oh, Monastery, you're feeling very raw. Don't forget to restore your shield hit points by what you should not have removed.
yeah, I'm just doing some maths to figure out how much it is.
There is definitely this sense that Koth is going to run away now because he's like, okay, if you survive that, I'm just going to leave. The Manticore is dead. Monastery, you're not blind. Did you know that?
Yeah, but well, if he's on the ground, I can run up and get him.
Yeah, he had to land for that shot to line up.
How nice of you to come down where I can hit you. I'm gonna run up to him, and I'm gonna try and grab him.
What?
He's a spellcaster. You gotta grab him.
Grab him by the collar.
Ah, beans.
So he's gonna grab you back.
I mean, by all means, go for it, bud.
He firmly grasps you. Actually, no, he's not
Oh,
going to
that
go
was
for that
good.
because that's a terrible idea. I just realized he has no athletics training whatsoever. He's just going to let you fall prone. Like his athletics, he would have literally just been 13. You're going to land on the ground. He's going to make you fall prone. Like, haha!
okay. I have one more action, so I'll get up.
The regular over here. I mean, he made us. You know what, Evie? You're looking so weathered over there. He drops his bow, and
Eevee's also lost audio.
oh no, oh no.
Who did we lose?
Well, oh my God, the fucking hold this a knife,
Can you hear us now?
baby. No,
Okay.
hell yeah,
Okay.
Evie. This guy drops his weapons, and he's just gonna go for a melee with his fists because he's feeling the zeal, baby.
Ding, ding, ding. Round 1.
Unfortunately, he whiffs it, and I think he used 2 actions to get over here. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna get you, Snagu.
How bad does he look? From 1 to 10.
The guy, the veteran, or this guy?
The dude I'm pointing at, the boss.
The boss guy is critical, below 25%. So a really good strong hit would probably take him out. He also looks like he's about to run out of here and tell his boss about what's going on.
So we should probably stop him before that happens.
So, web or attack? Web or attack?
Dead people don't move a lot.
Okay, I'm going for sudden bolt.
Also, you can also there's also the thing called Dispel Magic, which would stop him from flying.
Don't have that. I should get that.
Maybe. Go ahead. What do you do? Bust a move, baby.
The classic.
If this fucking kills him, I'm so sick and tired of this. Good.
Aw.
Oh.
Sick flips, baby. Although I think that he's gonna dodge into the shed, which then just collapses into itself. It's been surrounded by combat for so long, it just collapses on top of him. How much is
Bolt
it?
just misses and
I need-
hits the shed.
Let's see. What does the shed even do? It does some damage to whoever's inside of it when it collapses.
Oh no.
He'll take
Shed damage.
he'll take half of the shed's damage, which is still like
Can
4.
magic missiles be fired at just one?
Yes, you can fire all magic missiles at one person, which is why upcast magic missiles are kind of annoying.
It's like pew 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 pew
From
pew
the
pew.
wand. From the wand. Can I cast just one action?
When you use the wand of magic missiles, I think you do as if you cast magic missile, so you can use as many actions as you want.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna shoot one magic missile at him.
Just fucking get him right in the gut.
Beat him with one.
Okay, yeah, he's getting deeper into the critical. He's half covered in this building.
That was me.
Evie, there's a guy who wants to join you for a knife fight, although he didn't bring a knife.
Don't bring a fist to a knife fight.
He brought the bow to a night fight.
Part of the fence is burning because the wolf that was on fire is like next to it. So, honestly, this place is looking messier than before. In the liver.
Oh no.
Here, hold on to this. Oh man, it's actually a really good hit. Honestly, I'm tempted to just give Evie like a level of sneak attack, but only for the knife. It's just,
Nobody expects the knife.
it's just so stupid. I'm an alchemist, not a soldier. I'm a surgeon.
If she takes 4 knives, what does that mean if she stabs at the same time and go 4?
Nobody's knife inquisition. The knife-ish inquisition. You have 2 actions left. Would you like to try and stab him more? Also, he would shield block, but doesn't have a shield anymore. He dropped that when he left. Roll me knife. Knife, knife, knife. Ah, yes. You make another elixir. You know, just in case this guy decides to get a little frisky. Unfortunately, this guy does have attacks of opportunity. So he does, like, try to slap it out of your hands. He does damage, but he does not slap it out of your hands. Let's see. What is his strength modifier? It's... Actually, I think since he's a... Yeah, he probably gets a specialty on that. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have specialist yet, so he just does 1d4 plus 5. He just slaps you really hard. Jerry, it's been a real fun time. And Koth is now, like, prone in a building.
I'm going to dismiss insect form and cast Crashing Wave where he was.
You decide to... Oh my god, he's caught in a huge wave of debris. Okay, cool.
Oh my
Well-
god.
My revenge!
He's
Oh,
so
God.
dead.
So, you cast Crashing Wave, and you cause this swirl of storm, and all this debris just slaps against him as he's prone and gets caught up in it. And a short distance away from you, you see his body lifeless and, like, covered in welts and bruises from the fact that, you know, there's a collapsed building that came with him. You don't get to see any of that, Yuri. In fact, you're probably... You can't see that he's dead. You're going to have to verify that in your own terms, but... Everyone else just watches this man wash as the magic water evaporates. And he's just, like, flat on the floor with like a wooden support beam on his back. We're just going to roll combat up here, because I think at this point everyone just jumps this last guy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a
I'll
chance.
Oh, sudden bolt ready.
Kick him in the head.
You, like, knock him over and the JoJo kicking happens. And Tiri is like over there kicking the wrong part of the dirt.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find him.
Let me at him, boss. Where's he at? All right.
This rock over here.
Marvelous.
Stop.
You've done amazing. You've taken a fortress for yourself by some sheer determination. I'm gonna tell you just how fucking the odds are against you in a moment. But first, I need to tally up points, which means I gotta get out a calculator because there's too many dudes here. So that's 30. No, that's not the calculator. 30. Okay. That guy is your level, so that's 40. We're already approaching the point where this is kind of bullshit. This is 20. Yes, 20. We got 2 of those, so that's another 30. No, 30. Koth is your level plus 2, so he's worth 80. I feel like I missed someone. Wolf, dudes, Koth. Nope. I think it's 200. Yep. What the? Yep.
And 2.5 goons.
200 experience points, yes. Which, by the way, is an extreme encounter for 5 people. Can you imagine if that berserker was here?
Yeah. That would have been painful.
Discretion is the better part of valor. We've learned
Can I
something today.
nominate Monastery for a hero point? Is that a thing?
I think everyone earns a hero point because you've achieved a minor objective. You've killed one of the worm lords.
Like,
Haha.
additional one.
Oh, that reminds me. Everyone, make that 240 in total because you did just complete a moderate objective, a pretty significant objective. You've done something pretty big. You cut off one of the Hydra's heads. Pat yourself on the back.
The Hydra we didn't know existed.
Oh, now you do.
So we're on maths is hard. 550.
Yeah, it's 550 at the moment.
See if
Nice.
I have a spell that can help Tiri.
Oh yeah, how do I get rid of permanent blindness?
Nah. I don't think restoration takes care of it.
I have restoration.
Yeah, I literally just said that doesn't work.
Oh, no.
Oh, here it is. Restore Senses is a 2nd level spell. You could probably get that back in town if you really wanted to. Or you could hope to stumble across a druid. Divine, Occult, and Primal can cast it. 2 actions, 1 creature. You attempt to counteract 1 effect. Ooh. Does not help against those who have been born with it, or from a non-magical wound or toxin. AKA, if your eyes get burned out by acid, you can't help you there.
Yeah, you
I wanna
can't
see what
grow
this
new
shit
eyeballs.
has.
Cool. Well, I don't think, in terms of bodies, like not in terms of what's in there, but in terms of body, on Koth you can find some cool stuff.
It's no researching. Just
Cool.
Wormlord.
I need to pull up this. I need to pull up this. I need to transfer some things. First off, where is this potion? Those are mithril chunks. Not looking for those. Listen, me. You knew these items were coming. You could have put them in ahead of time, dingus. I'm just gonna tell it to you because these are pretty basic stuff. First off, there is a potion of flying.
Useful.
A
Just
standard,
in case his spell didn't work.
just in case someone decides to dispel his magic. Yes. It's been added to your loot sheet.
Okay, I don't need to write it down then.
I
Why
did.
is my site linked to Evie's token?
Because the
You
internet.
see those who you love.
He also has a truth potion.
Also useful.
He also has a very fun stick that I think you are going to learn to love very quickly. It's a wand of manifold missiles. This is a wand of magic missile that you shoot it once as a normal one, and then every turn you just get 1 extra magic missile. Just 1d4 plus 1, hit someone. It's hilarious.
You'll have to keep it up.
And finally, there's a bag of holding type 1, in which all these items are contained. You figure that out as you pull things out, and it's like, this bag doesn't change weight at all.
Also, you just get a free magic missile at the start of your turn.
That's the hilarious part about it. I had a dude who had one of those, and he loved it. It's one of the stupidest items in Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
I mean, it's free DPS. Why the hell not?
I mean, you get a magic missile casting out of it. There are high-level versions, and the high-level versions, I think, function like that. So if you take the 3rd level version, you get 2 magic missiles on your turn. For free. Just like, pew, pew. So you basically have this. If you get two of them and you get them real high level, you can basically get two Gatling guns on your arms.
Dear, do you want my wand? I'll take the staff. Or do you want the staff?
What was their stuff?
It shoots a magic missile every turn. After you
That's a
shoot
wand.
things.
No, I thought that was the wand.
That's also
Yeah,
wand.
Yeah, it's a wand.
I appreciate that this man got murdered by 42 bludgeoning damage. Ooh. Well, it's quiet now. Whatever used to be here is gone now. Man, this is some cool art that I'm looking at.
Do we rename the loot now into the bag of holding?
You can do whatever you want with that loot. Put it where you want it. Do you feel any inclination to look around the place, or do you like, yep, we're done here? Our job is done.
I mean, looking around would probably be a good idea. They might have like information and stuff
Plans.
here. Yeah.
I need someone to help.
Yeah, like I pick up Terry while we're going, just carry her around.
Hand holding, hand holding. Anyway, Snagu, there's the incinerated corpse of a recruit.
I did that.
He got Hiroshima painted onto the wall.
Oh no.
I'll just tell you what you find as you go around. The room where the Manticore was, which is over here, has money in it.
Ooh,
Namely, it has let me just throw that into your inventory. It has about 300 gold pieces. No, wait, silver pieces. Excuse me. 300 silver pieces worth of cool stuff.
do we get our 4 gold pieces back, by the way?
Yes, your 4 gold pieces are also in that stack.
Aha!
Is this a statue of a something?
There's. Oh wait, this is the wrong table. I put it in the to give loot pile instead of the loot pile. Whoops.
Wow.
And I'll put the 4 gold in. Also, I put treasure in her, right? There should be treasure items in here. Nope. Why am I so flimsy? Well, to be fair, it's very easy to be like, okay, the map's populated. I got all the notes. I don't need to do anything else. I'm done. And then clap my hands together and pretend that I somehow did things. Okay, cool. Also, here is a cool bit of treasure. Let me find some treasure. Here we go. A gold necklace with paradise worth 25 gold pieces. Ooh. Also, here is a cool cloak. There are no cloak items? Come on, man. Anyway, there's a filthy silk cloak embroidered with silver and gold thread. If you were to clean it, it would be worth some money, and it also look hella fab.
Neat.
Indeed.
Look rad as hell.
You're gonna look so rad.
I have
Everyone.
a tower of some sort.
Yes, the tower. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, this room is the barracks. In the barracks, you find that the big bed, probably used by the big stinky man because there's fur on it. You find that under his bed is a big bag of 350 silver pieces. Now that's what I call payment.
What's his pocket money?
The small room,
Saving up to buy a bike.
the small room up here has a table with a map and resembles a war room. A large table that fills this room makes it barely. It's like if you were a large creature, you could not fit in this room. It's just too full of table and chairs. The map, by the way, has been pinned down using daggers, and I know I prepared this handout, but I didn't. But there's a map. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna show you something.
Whoa.
You're gonna
You
go.
get a whole
Oh yeah, I remember why I forgot this map. This map does not cohere to the lore of this world, but it's still a cool map. Oh my god, if you're getting the knife out. Here you go.
Get all the knives.
You can look at that map if you want to.
Oh, man, it's like
Since one of you
it's
reads
really
Goblin,
that person we're using.
the notes are in Goblin
Yeah.
technically, so. But luckily you got someone who can read that.
Yeah, I can read Goblin.
I'm smart.
Ow. My head is itching.
Snagu, you are in the fanciest room of the bunch. There's a desk here, a nice warm bed. There's an easel with a canvas on it, where someone is, well, let's just say that he is probably going to get there in a couple of years. He's learning. Well, You know what? You get to roll me a perception check while you're in that room, since you're the one having the most fun there.
I like the drawing on the map. Yeah, mercy, yeah.
Wait,
This map took months to make, and the guy was like, what?
Dumb idiots.
perception. I can't find perception.
On your left side, the big ribbon. Snoggo, you stumble over some sort of trapdoor, and you really only notice it because you're such a short little baby. There's a trapdoor here that goes somewhere.
This is different. Let's go in there.
Let's go into the dungeon. On my own. Whee!
I like take the
Peer
knives
inside.
out of the map and roll it up. Take it.
Man, the map has soaked up the ambient smell of smoke and booze and people not washing enough.
I found the toilet.
You've not found the toilets. By the way, upstairs, Evie, you go upstairs. You find a fake haunt, is how it's described. If you had been around town a bit, you would have heard rumors that this castle is haunted because there is this large brazier, and in front of it, on some sort of crude structure, is this human-like figure. And when you give the handle a little shake, the figure moves like a spooky ghost. And if you were to light the large brazier, it will probably look extremely spooky from a distance. A large hole is in the side, and several large boulders seem to have created said hole. And that is also where you saw Koth standing earlier. The room smells horrible of rotten flesh, as you come to the realization that the puppet they've used is a rotting corpse. Gross!
Great. Fantastic.
I guess that would add to the spookiness and probably would actually make this place haunted.
Stop playing with the ghost. Bad idea.
You also find like a wand of light next to it that's used to make the brazier light up in case they can't find fuel. Probably. Or maybe it's to give it extra spooky colors. But, Snuggu, you are in a delightful room. The walls of this vault are made of work stone. The ceiling is 12 foot overhead. It's quite a large place. It's very stale and thick air, though. It's pretty dusty for what it's worth. Also smoky. There are skeletons on the floor, and small iron bars separate alcoves. They are locked with chains and a large padlock. Beyond them are several shelves, bearing no less than 10 small iron coffers. The second one has a small desk and a chair. The desk is piled high with papers. The third one has a single large trunk. A human skeleton lies slumped against the east gate, still dressed in tattered chainmail and feebly gripping a sword of some sorts. It also has a massive arrow protruding from its ribs.
Can I open the doors?
Let's take a look-see. The iron gates are locked.
Can I melt the lock with acid?
It'll take a huge amount of time. Also, how much damage can your acid splash do?
I have a thing specifically for this. Unfortunately, I am blind.
I mean, I can take Terry out.
If you mean the knock spell, I will let you cast the knock spell on an object you can touch.
Wait, I
Oh,
go back
the
to,
shatter
to
spell.
get the people to help me.
Yeah, I'm carrying Terry upstairs.
Like an old man.
Jerry, just fall down the hole and I'll catch you.
It's like a bridal carry.
Snuggle is down. Put him here. I'm gonna hold him. Give him to me.
He's still a person.
Let's see. Thin steel or iron has hardness 5 and would have about 20 hit points. So I think with the shatter spell, if you cast it a bunch of times, if you spend a day here just hanging out, I'd say you could destroy them all effectively and get past them. But that would be the rest of your day.
Monastery, I need your sword here.
Oh.
Monastery, may I recommend that you use your shield, since that thing is a hell of a lot sturdier than your sword.
I mean, I have a mace, but shield bashing is probably a better idea.
Would it be faster to dig through the wall here on the side?
Oh my god. Stone's pretty tough too. But, you all want to spend the rest of the day here just figuring this out? I mean, you all spend a lot of resources anyway, and you could use a break.
Yeah, we can, like, rest up while we're taking turns busting doors.
Marvelous. I think that'll also lead to a nice cliffhanger once we're done. Okay, cool. First and foremost, the skeleton here is wearing some cool stuff. First and foremost, he's wearing some fancy gloves and has a sword by his side. That sword is a bastard sword. A close analysis of it reveals that it is a +1 bastard sword, striking. And then you discover that its edge is fucking cold.
Ooh, I take that.
You want to know why it's fucking cold?
It's been in the fridge.
It's a frost sword. A frost sword is an extra 1d6 cold damage on a successful strike. On a critical hit, the target is also slowed one on your next turn unless they make a DC 24 con save, the fortitude save. Effectively, it's a really chilly sword. Okay, bye, Evie. Everyone else, you can give them a heads up when you're done.
Bye, Evie.
Bye.
The gloves this guy is wearing, by the way, can be invested in, and they provide you a +1 check to all, +1 item bonus to all athletics checks, as they give you a little extra oomph.
Okay, this is from monastery. This is from monastery. Next.
Okay.
It's nice when I get nice things.
Oh my god. As you open the first one, the first alcove leading to the 10 iron coffers, you quickly discover that all of these coffers are locked, which is why I said that it would take the whole day. Because you're basically spending a whole day just picking and tearing open all these boxes. Ugh. However, it is well worth the effort. Inside 6 of these coffers are, in total, no less than 2,500 copper pieces. Around 2,100 silver pieces. Let me just type that in.
It's a lot of cash.
There are also 120 gold pieces. These have just been added to your inventory. Look at that money.
That's a
Cash
lot.
money.
How much will it cost us to renovate this keep and have it for ourselves?
You can do that if you want. Like, your party might be upset if they ever find out. But, moving on. There's also another fort contained like credit notes, like, IOUs, that probably aren't legal anymore because they're like human era papers. You're pretty sure most of the people involved with this are like erased from existence. That's a good way to escape getting your debts called. You can't ask for your money back. I don't even exist. The final one contains a deed. As long as you hold on to this deed, you technically own Vroth Keep. So, neat.
So, as a group, we can have this place.
If you wanted to, you could probably hold this up to Drellin Ferry or Brindle and be like, hey, listen, we have the deed. We cleared the place out. You give it to us or we'll be mildly upset. The second alcove. Once you manage to break inside, clank, 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 clank. You can find history of the place, including the assault that happened on this place, which apparently were forest giants. And the fun part that gets you, that almost makes you chuckle, if you have a sense for dark humor, is that the last thing in the journal is like, we've solved the forest giant problem. They sure did. And it solved them too. The final alcove contains a single large trunk. You flip it open, baby. Inside is the skull of a young black dragon. You know it's one because it looks exactly like Nightscale, or close enough at least. There are a bunch of teeth on a thick string. You can only imagine that these teeth belong to the things upstairs because they're humanoid in shape and they're very big. They're too big for your mouth, at least. There's also let me just figure this out for you. There is mithril armor in here. Took you a while to figure out it was mithril, but once you did, it was like, oh man, that's pretty cool.
Neat.
Yeah, it's just mithril armor.
Okay.
+1 mithril armor at that, but hey. So mithril armor is just lighter, and if it has a... what kind of armor is it again? It's a chain shirt. So the strength score necessary is...
Monastery.
I mean, I've already got like +1 full plate.
Yeah.
Probably better. And I don't have a dex score, so, light armor doesn't really do a lot for me.
So Evie?
You can figure that out on your own.
Sorceress can wear that.
Yeah,
also-
we can put it on the loot sheet and figure it out.
Can I move on? For also in this box is a staff of healing. The fun thing is, this staff is not made of one piece. It's like 3 sections that you have to click and screw together for it to work. So you can hide it and store it better, because sticks are long and kind of pointless. The final thing inside of this chest is a set of +1 striking spiked gauntlets, in case you really want to go for fisticuffs. What's more funny about the gauntlet is that the spikes it has are made of claws and teeth, which is pretty cool.
Ooh. Fancy.
If you want to make a check, I'll just let you say it's bullet teeths, which are sharks that live in the land.
Bullet.
Yeah.
Yet to meet one who can outsmart the bullet.
The downside is that they're actually a little large. They're like made for large creatures, but they would work for a medium creature, since I let magic items shrink down or up one size. Well, that's a lot of stuff.
I wanted to hit people with
Yeah.
I'll let you
Lot of
take
stuff.
some time later, or a craft check, to sort of shrink them down so you could wear them if you really want to. Get your +1 striking gauntlets to fuck them up.
To punch.
A spiked gauntlet is a simple weapon that does 1d4 piercing. Although this is a +1 striking, so it does 2d4. So yes, you can probably spend some time getting the straps a bit tighter, add some padding inside. You let them have it. Pow, 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 pow. Actually,
I was to report to everyone.
excuse me, it is a greater healing staff.
Ooh,
A greater healing staff can
healing
a greater healing staff. Since none of you are prepared casters, you can spend a spell slot, and you can then use this as if you had stabilize, heal, restoration, restore senses, or remove disease. You can upcast heal up to 3rd with this. Also,
Convenient that we found restore senses.
any heal spell you cast with it, by the way, any heal spell you cast with the staff, by the way, heals an extra 2 hit points.
Neat.
Okay.
Can we just
In case you wonder, this is totally not because the next few areas are not going to have too much loot. That's totally not the reason. This is totally not
We
because
definitely not cramming it all in at once beforehand.
anyway, I should add these items to your actual inventory because it'd be kind of stupid if I didn't.
can I boink Theory over the head with the restore senses? Just real quick.
The first thing you do once you figure out this wand and staff and how to use it, you're like, okay, Terry, sit still. I know how to do this. Listen, just sit still, all right? So
I don't do much else if I'm blind.
I think he cast it at what did Koth cast it at? What level? Because this is important.
Level 3.
Yeah, I think you need to cast to get a success in that case, and that's it. The DC is 30, so you have to make me a spells check, and if you make it, cool, it's gone.
How do I make a spells check?
I think it's just a spell attack. Like you try to magically counteract it.
Wait, I'm gonna use this then.
If anyone here would like to give you a hero point, that would work. You just got one from beating the area, so if you want to, you can.
I'm gonna use mine then to help Theory.
Snagu, abracadabra, abracazoo. I would hate for you to be blind, so now you're not. You poke his eyes out, and they work again.
Yay.
Can I take the staff apart and put it back in our loot?
Yes,
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
that's all I was going to use that for.
Never see that again.
Man, that's a big name. +1 striking, bullet teeth, spiked gauntlet. Now that's what I call a name.
Keep adding modifiers.
Monastery, do you wanna beat stuff up?
I already do that.
But with your fist.
Can I get a scroll? Just like a scroll item. And they
I
just
have in my inventory. Take as much as you want.
deed to froth keep. You might be able to sell it, but who knows how much this place is even worth to anyone. There was also the chain shirt. Chain shirt made of mithril. Where
How
the
much
plus
would the restoration of this place cost? I'm just thinking.
+1 resilient chain shirt. How much would what cost?
Restoration of the keep.
Quite a bit. But
Time.
yeah, it will cost quite a bit and quite a lot of time, and you don't know if you have either of those right now.
Maybe once we're done with our quest, we can come.
Maybe once you're done, and you also need to ask like the local lord, like, hey, we found the keep, we cleared it out, we have the deed. Like, can we have it? We'll pay for cleaning it up, and maybe you can get it, and you can be like, hey, cool, we own a place, we're rich. Okay, I added the money, I added that, I added the chain shirt, I added the spiked, I added that. Okay, cool. I think that's everything.
Oh, so bullet is just a shark. Okay.
Yeah, it's a land shark.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the bastard sword. Excuse me.
Bastard.
The +1, the +1 striking frost bastard sword. Man, it's a cool sword though. It's also made of silver because that looks fucking cool. And I'm all for weapons that just look kind of neat. And give it frost. Okay, cool.
And you can move the ghost touch on it, right?
Yeah, I can move Ghost Touch.
You
It's prone on
can't.
it.
You have to remove frost first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it needs to
So I
be.
can only have one at a time.
It needs to be a +2 before you can do that. Well,
Right, that makes sense.
you know, at this point, if that other camp has any good loot in it, the next time you guys go back, you should probably head up to Brindle because you got deep wallet pockets right now.
Definitely. Upgrade our gear a bit.
Got some deep pockets. Upgrade your gear, haha. Well, that was neat. That was great. What a lovely fight.
That was amazing.
It went way better than it should have.
Next time, let's hope that Skull Gorge is not gonna be a problem. Not at all. Can't be. How could it ever be a problem?
With a name like Skull Gorge, that's just gonna be a walk in the park.
I mean, to be fair, there's a dam made entirely of skulls motifs in Rise of the Rune Lords that honestly has the same kind of Skull Gorge energy.
Got the vibe.
It's like, hey, this whole place is made out of skulls. I wonder if the final boss is here. And yeah, it's like, oh. They live in a skull castle, silly. Not a skull bridge or a skull dam.
I hope it's unflammable.
I think that joking statement's gonna have a bit more gravitas to it once you figure out what's up.
Oh no.
Which is my way of saying, that bridge, you might not want that bridge around for too long.
Yeah, the map did say, attack day 5 on the town. Which we don't want to happen. 'Cause it's our job to stop that from happening.
Well, next time, more on the road stuff. Hopefully you can get a level before you reach Skull Gorge. Maybe not. Maybe you can make some friends along the way. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe, you know what? I was going to end this on a fucking high note, and I'm going to look at a map so that I can get that high note for you.
Oh, man.
Because I did not forget. Now, I'm almost tempted to just straight up ask you, like, what you would prefer. If you would prefer getting bothered by the local wildlife, or by some bad boys.
I like wildlife.
Cool. Then I say that next time we're going to start off with a Hydra, curious as to all this meat is slithering around this place. Meat.
Didn't we kill one last session?
Yeah. Yeah, you did. But let's see if that works out for you again.
Hydra 2.0 Electric Boogaloo. Oh wait, no. It's a lightning Hydra.
It's a Hydra, but it spits lightning out of every one of its mouths and it's just spewing all over the place constantly. It doesn't have it uses line attacks, but it shoots so many of them that it's a 30-foot cone instead.
It's just one of those rave machines that just fires light everywhere.
Or maybe it has more heads.
Just raise up. No, but a Hydra cross with a Beholder would be so much fun.
Hydra holder. Be Hydra.
It's a beholder, but instead of eye stalks, it just has dragon heads.